Sorry. We're getting the band back together. Welcome. It's May 31st, KLB Live. We are hot off the heels. If you want to use the word hot. Doesn't really apply. Doesn't really apply to Clash in Italy today.
Another house show.
Yeah, basically. And hey, the house shows are back. So we're going to be talking about Clash in Italy today. We're going to be talking a little bit about Double or Nothing last week. And really the highlight of the week, which I think was that Lucha de Apuestas match between the two El Gran Luchadores in AAA from last night. AAA continues to deliver. I was told
Mark Callis should be Booker of the Year, bro.
I think he might get it. If CMLL does not keep drawing the way they're drawing, he might actually get it. We'll see. And if TK can deliver a knockout with All In, like
Dorian rolled on, bro.
We saw him last night. He was there. He's not the Booker though.
No, he helps out though.
Take has authority over him, which means that Bear has authority over him too, bro. Because they're boys going back.
Not that Bear, not the Pussy Bear from Obsession.
No, not that. Are you kidding me? Are you gonna compare? They're actually opposites, bro. They're complete opposites in every way.
How would the Bear that we respect? How would he handle the whole situation of Obsession?
He would have never made that wish. He would have never made that wish,
he
bro.
He would have answered her when she asked the question, right? Do you like me? He would have given her the answer.
He would have given her the answer, or or what? The minute he found out that she,
it's been out for a while.
I don't want.
It's been out for a while.
I don't want to spoil it, but I know it's been out for a while. But the minute that he found out that she lied about a certain, that would have been it right there, bro. He would have pawned her off to Take, bro. Or like he said in that episode of Raw where he did, he's like, I know one part of you that's not dead. He tried to pop him, bro. He tried to get Take to break character, and he almost did it, bro. So, what do you call it? Yeah, man.
So you're Double. Well, that wasn't your highlight of the week because you were at the convention. We had to talk. Well, that was last week. You got to talk a little bit about that.
Yes, that was 1 week ago.
Start with that or later on with it?
It doesn't matter to me, man. I talked a little bit about it earlier this week. I'll let you kind of pick on that. The whole topic of today's show is we got two topics. We've got, well, okay, as I was saying, the AAA, I did watch the two luchadors in that. They're not even really luchadors, but
but you saw the whole presentation, right?
Yeah, it was like a WrestleMania. They did the video packages, the mariachi band. They really... I'm surprised that this was like Triple Mania, like something you'd think they were going to do there. The only thing I can think of they're going to say for that show is Dominic dropping the belt to El Gran Americano.
That's the big one, because they've already turned, they started off as partners and they turned on each other. And so right now they're going to go back to that, I'm assuming.
I'm assuming too. Yes,
and it was scary because originally all this shit was supposed to happen on American television. Remember, they were going to have this match at WrestleMania. Imagine that, bro. That would have been an insult.
No, this crowd. Look, a lot of folks are going to talk about the Italy WWE crowd, which was great. The AAA crowd was the best crowd of the year, I think. And Double or Nothing had a great crowd too.
And the crowd in Fort Wayne, Indiana, was a great crowd as well, if you remember.
Fort Wayne, the one for Saturday
Night's Main Event.
Oh, I was in Houston when that happened. I never saw the show.
You don't have to see it, bro. It's a house show.
I actually missed the entire week of TV wrestling. I didn't see Raw. I didn't see Dynamite. I didn't see SmackDown. And honestly, I will miss them. I really don't miss them, bro. Right now, there's not much on wrestling that I'm super duper into. There are some things that I like a lot in AEW. In WWE, there's not really much that I'm into right now. You know, I know that I'm not here to dog on the company. I know that a lot of folks are doing that. But it's just the company feels very cold, bro. It feels colder than a mother-in-law's kiss.
Bro, we got sports. You know that pause whenever we got sports guy in the house.
Oh yeah, he's there, bro.
You know what
I saw back rooms before him. That's rare.
You know what I like about your streams, bro. I don't know if you do this in your other streams, but this annoys the fuck out of me when.
Wait, you're cutting out now. I can't hear you anymore. I don't know what happened. Like I can't hear you at all.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead. I don't know what happened.
I just hold the microphone up. So I was gonna say one of the things that annoys me about other streams that I watch is when they do the fucking roll call of all the fucking betas that are watching.
I can't do that, bro, because there's too many of them.
But even people that have a big following, don't take this the wrong way. Even people that have bigger followings, they do.
No, I know that.
But it's like, bro,
I'm not taking it the wrong way. I can't do it. Too many people.
But they do it too. Like people that have like thousands, and they'll just go through. They'll waste 30 minutes on just a fucking roll call, and I'm like, bro, like get through this shit, you know. And I get it. You want to feel the audience connected, and all these betas don't have a life anyway, so they want to feel like they're part of something. But it just annoys the fuck out of me. So I'm glad you don't do that shit.
No, I do not do that shit. I will give a shout out if somebody says something funny or whatever the fuck. I mean, there have been some good comments, bro. You know, there have been some funny ones.
Unless that ad comes back, bro.
He's gone. He's gone, bro. We buried him. I forgot how we buried him, but we buried him, and that was that.
Well, we buried him because we just started laughing because he said Javon Evans should get the streak. And
he's never coming back. Yeah, he's gone.
And the streak's over anyway.
Yeah, it's too late. So, people are asking... Do you want to take this question now? It's not really a bad question. It's for you. It's early, but we could take it if you want.
Yeah, no. This is a big topic of conversation in the film industry right now. It's a big topic of conversation. I think studios took notice. This is something that has been going on. I had texted you about this because I had seen a lot of conversation come up. We've had YouTubers before. Like it just so happened that we went on a streak where we had really good movies by YouTubers, but we already had YouTubers try not the best films, you know.
Talk to Me was a big one. And Lights Out. Lights Out was a crossover phenomenon.
Lights Out was really the first one. I think that's David F. Sandberg, which ended up he ended up getting
Shazam.
To Shazam, and then now he's back because he had a bad experience with Warner Brothers, everybody, all these fucking artsy fartsy. Anyways, so he was kind of like the first one that really kind of opened the door, and then now we have these couple of filmmakers, the one from Obsession, the one from Backrooms. Both of them really, really good movies, by the way. I really like both of them. They're in my top 10 right now. And then also you also had some flops. You know, there was this young lady, and maybe the chat knows, like, she did a very bad movie called House of Eden last year. It got some promotion. It was horrible. And she's like a big YouTuber. And then of course the whole Chris Stuckman debacle. You know, Chris Stuckman actually like sacrificed his channel for this movie, and it backfired on him. He lost hundreds of thousands because remember, he's the one that said that he just wasn't going to review movies anymore because he didn't want to talk shit.
Yeah, that's what I think hurt him when he said he didn't want to review films because now that he's made a film, nobody tries to make a bad film, and a lot of folks did not like that. That's what really hurt him.
But then the movie sucked too. Like I buried the movie when it came out. I didn't like it at all. There's this scene where like a girl's walking through the woods that's like, and then it's like 10 minutes long. I fell asleep during that scene, bro.
See, I thought you said that you did like it, but you didn't think it was that good. I don't remember you saying you hated it.
No, I didn't like it. And I know I didn't like it at that time because I buried it at the time in other podcasts. So that's he's not. Notice he didn't get another shot. Like Hollywood didn't come calling.
I mean, not that we know of. Yeah, he's probably not gonna get. I mean, yeah, I think he'll make another movie though, because he seems passionate about it.
Yeah, but this was a self-funded movie.
Yeah, but didn't what's his name jumped in at the very end to help him? Yeah, he jumped in at like near the end to help promote it.
Yeah, well, no, the movie got picked up by Neon, which is Neon is kind of like the competitor to A24. So Neon ended up putting a little money into the movie, but it wasn't enough to save it. So usually he would have already been working. If it doesn't take long when you're hot to get another job. The thing that worries me about these movies, first of all, with Kane Parsons, like he's
20.
Yeah, but also his film is very abstract in that it's not really like a narrative film. It doesn't, and we still don't know how he does with a real movie. This is just pretty much like in this film, we don't even have like the 3-arc structure. It's literally you have the characters. We're just there to introduce you to the backrooms, right? It wasn't really about the characters. Nobody went through a hero's journey. You didn't have the classic narrative. That's when
it was almost like 2 movies because the first half was about what's his name, Clark or whatever, and the second half was about the chick.
Why don't you tell me his real name, bro?
Yeah, it's hard to pronounce, bro. I struggle
pronounce.
Carl Mordo, bro. He's Carl Mordo. That's his real name.
Exposing yourself right now.
That's Carl Mordo, bro.
So we'll see how he does.
I'm exposing myself.
We'll see how he does. This was a nice little. But he had already been doing this shit with his YouTube backrooms. So this is something. But still, A24 gave him money, bro. They gave him a shot, and now look, it's a big phenomenon, right? So, and then Obsession is the same thing. Although Obsession is just a little bit of a different story because it was like a movie that was under $1 million.
Yeah, under $1 million. Now it's at what, 300 million or something like that. Some crazy amount.
But keep in mind that if you know how the business works, he sold the movie. He sold it to who picked it up? Focus Features, I think.
Focus Features, okay. Right.
And then
ND.
But so he sold the movie for $15 million. So he still made a lot of money. He still made a big profit, 15 mil. Hopefully, in his contract, he has some back end money. But when you sell it, the reason why the studio buys it is because they want to be able to control it. So.
And are you saying they're going to make a bunch of sequels without him and shit?
They could.
They could.
But they also give them the option to come along. You know, like it depends.
But this movie Obsession, I don't think needs a sequel. Like maybe they can do something with the monkey's paw gimmick.
No, you don't need that either, bro.
No, I don't think you need it either, bro. I think, but you know how the studios are when they make money.
Like of course, Hollywood, bro.
Yeah, Smile didn't need a sequel either.
No, but the sequel wasn't that bad. With the chick did a pretty good job. Yeah, and then that one girl, Navarrete or whatever, she was gonna blow up, bro.
Indy Navarrete, yeah, Navarrete is what she says her last name.
Well, yeah, because she's Mexican, bro. That's how you say it.
Navarrete, bro. Yeah,
but both of those good. Both of those are really. Yeah, no, I mean, but the thing to me, here's my concern. Okay, I have 2 concerns. One. Now, they're gonna gimmick up these films. We're gonna see a sequel to Obsession. We're gonna see a sequel to Backrooms, and they're gonna explain everything, and it's gonna hurt the original.
Right.
But that's Hollywood, bro. Might as well just budget that in. It's gonna happen. Because they gotta milk that shit. But 2, my biggest concern. Now the studios are not original, bro. It's a bunch of lawyers, a bunch of like people that don't really understand movies. Now they're gonna open a blank check to all these YouTubers. You know how much shit we're gonna get now, bro? We're gonna get some, because you gotta understand that these people are really talented and they're the top of the top. Now what we're gonna get is, it's like anything, right? The more we get of something, the less something is gonna be. So now we're gonna get a bunch of YouTubers getting funding to make all these films, and we're gonna get a bunch of shit, and maybe we're gonna get 1 or 2 that are good. But here we go with the era of YouTube filmmakers, and it's gonna suck because it has to. Like you cannot have, not every film is gonna be great, and then when you have all these people that are not really trained, you're gonna have more shit than you're gonna have good, and so that's kind of where we're at.
You're opening the floodgates, is what you're trying to say, metaphorically.
Right. So, anyways, yeah. So I mean, but regardless, I do always appreciate anything that's not Hollywood based. So that's cool. At least we got that for now.
And the thing is, with Obsession, with both of them, Obsession and Backrooms, I said this in my review. Backrooms was like a Twilight Zone episode, and when I talked to Joey Pants last week, I brought up "Dig That Cat" because I promised I would. I was like, I brought it up. I was like,
You're talking about AJ working with Robert Wool, bro?
No, I didn't get that far. I was like, I'll be honest with you.
They were busy. They were all busy.
Well, I mean, they were, but I saw him and Esai Morales playing fucking pinball
but
right next to me.
They're also working, bro. And by working, I'm using the word working. Not
working. I know they were.
So it's kind of hard. I've been in that situation, bro. It's kind of hard to get real time when they're wink working.
Yeah, but this was in the green room, so it was, it was very chill. But what I was gonna tell you when it came to Joey Pants is I brought up "Dig That Cat," and I was like, what was that like, And he's like, I don't remember. He's like, all I remember is I had fun. I was like, no, I mean, I even told him, I was like, they don't make those shows at that anymore, man. They don't really, not anthology shows, because TV's changed so much. And then I brought up Sopranos. I don't want to go into the spoiler, but there's a very, very powerfully fucked up scene with his character Ralphie in season 3. And I asked him about it, and I told him about how he's so good at playing evil people, and he smiled, and because he is. I mean, that's the truth. He's good at playing slime balls. Him and Steve Buscemi should do a movie together, bro, with Tarantino as the director.
No, we haven't seen the guy the real, what's his name? God, he's a character actor. The one that was the lead hero in A Shape of Water and Man of Steel. Michael Shannon. Michael Shannon. He's really good at playing the slime ball.
Yeah, him.
He hasn't popped up in anything in a while, but he's really good.
Bro. The heel promoter from No Holds Barred, that's the king of playing slime balls, bro.
Yeah, but that's a cartoon slime ball.
It doesn't matter.
We never seen him in anything serious.
No, it's still a slime ball, bro. Though I did not have the balls. I did not have the balls to talk to Lawrence Fishburne. I wanted to bring up Nightmare on Elm Street. Huh?
Larry Fishburne.
Yeah, Larry Fishburne from Nightmare on Elm Street. I didn't get to bring that up.
You should have asked him, what's up, Larry?
He was dressed as a pimp, bro. He had a purple suit and a hat, bro, like a pimp. Like a very African.
Remember, bro, he's the owner of one of the most powerful names in cinematic history, Julius Stiles.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Lawrence Fishburne.
No, okay. Bro, he played Julius Stiles.
That's right.
In A Boys in the Hood.
Yeah. Yes, in Boys in the Hood. That's right. So he was there, and what's her name? Jessica Jones. I actually fucked up because I was going to talk to all of them on Saturday, and some of them weren't there on Sunday. When I got the balls, talked to them on Sunday. So like the Jessica Jones actress wasn't there Sunday. Neither was Bullseye. But they booked me at a panel at the exact same time the Daredevil panel was, so there was a lot less people in my panel, and that sucked.
Is that
right next door
for the low turnout, bro? You're gonna blame the weather? You're gonna blame the?
No, I'm gonna blame the fact that we got booked against fucking the threesome from Daredevil, bro. We did. The line was out the door for them. I'm not complaining. I even said myself, I said I'd go to that panel too.
Bro, we didn't drop because it was too hot. We didn't drop because it was too cold.
We didn't drop because fucking Vincent D'Onofrio was next door, bro.
Remember what the Alpha Pop Bosch said, bro. We didn't draw because we didn't give them an attraction enough for them to come see us.
Yeah, but that doesn't apply here. Chavo walked by me.
Bro.
Oh, but if you want to talk about Paul Bosch, I gotta tell you how speaking of which, because this is his town, I gotta tell you about how I popped the limo driver. So, not the limo driver, the Uber. Yeah, no, it wasn't a limo. It was an SUV. It was an SUV, a very fancy SUV. That it was. So, They gave us a driver and a guy to carry our luggage, which was weird for me because I'm not used to that. Like, I'm used to carrying my own luggage, especially when it's an older guy. And I insisted on carrying my luggage, but he really insisted, oh, don't worry, sir, we got
Because
you.
he wanted you to pay him good, which I'm sure you didn't.
No, I didn't. And so, and so on the drive back to the airport, the guy was like, first of all, he kept saying, well, I know you're a little bit too young to remember this, and then brought up shit that I knew about, like the Deer Hunter and shit like that, you know, movies that I knew about. And then I told him, I was like, you know, I've never been to Houston, but I know about Houston because Paul Bosch and Sam Houston Coliseum. And he popped, like when he heard that, like he lit up, and he's like, wow, you know about the Sam Houston Coliseum in Florida? And I'm like, yeah. And then he's like, Paul Bosch, I haven't heard that name since I was a kid. And he goes into little kid mode, bro, where he flashes back to the 70s, and he was like, yeah, the Sam Houston Coliseum, I used to watch wrestling. He's like, I used to watch it every week. But then in the 80s, it got too fake, which a lot of people say. Because it was that whole thing about when Vince came to town. Because, you know, we've talked about this on this show. In a lot of the southern territorial parts of the country, World Wrestling Federation wrestling was not accepted by them because they didn't like it. They liked the grittier, realistic style of like Bill Watts, Paul Bosch, the Crockett's. That's what they liked. And so the bodybuilders and the big guys didn't appeal to this man. He was going in. He said, I never watched. He was the
opposite of you with the Hosses. You love the Hosses, bro.
He was the opposite of me with the Hosses. Well, no, I think no, because the Hosses drew. It's the bodybuilder Hosses that aren't really Hosses. We'll talk about a Hoss. We have some things to talk about on this show, bro. A Hoss of pain, bro.
Batista's not a Hoss, bro. He's a Hoss.
Not anymore. Have you seen what he looks like?
Yeah, he's. I think he's doing that one of your diets, bro.
No, I don't know. Him and Dwayne, bro. Him and Dwayne are off the juice. He's got a lot of juice, baby. Yeah, they are. It reminds me of when Hoovy hit on Garrett on this very show many years ago, bro. Many years ago. So he popped when I mentioned Paul Bosch, and he's like, "Yeah, I used to love that when I was a kid, but then in the '80s I didn't like it." You know, and that put a smile on his face, bro, because he had not heard the name. He's like, how do you know about that? And I'm like, cuz, man, I seen videotape. I'm a wrestling guy, you know.
So you're saying that made up for him getting no tip?
Yeah, I think so. Talking to me. When I told him,
oh man, bro, he did all that shit. He carried your bags. He's thinking, I'm gonna get a 20 spot on this motherfucker.
Listen. When I told him that I was talking to Pam Grier, that's when he fucking was like, Pam Grier. He starts talking about the 70s.
It went up to a 50 spot when you said you were talking to Pam Grier, bro. Because he's probably thinking this guy's gotta be somebody.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe he did think that, but I told him I was just talking to Pam Grier a minute ago, and he popped, and he's like, how do you know about Pam Grier? And I'm like, videotape, bro. I'm not that young, but I guess I look young. I don't know. But I told him my age and everything. But yeah, he popped because he's a big Pam Grier fan. I mean, we all kind of did a little bit of the five knuckle shuffle to Pam Grier. Lord knows I did. I'll tell you what, she still has a pretty face. I'll give her that. Black don't crack. She still has a pretty face.
She killed Kellogg's.
Well, yeah, but we all do at that age. You know what I found out? She doesn't live in LA, bro. She lives in New Mexico. And I asked her, I said,
better than old Mexico.
I guess that's true. You would know. And I asked her, I said, how come you don't live in LA anymore? And she's like, because I can't ride my horses. So she's got like a one of those houses, like one of those like
her weight. I don't think she could drive her horses in general.
You're such an asshole, bro.
That's a big woman.
You're such an asshole, bro. Like you try to paint me as the asshole of the two, bro, and you're much worse than I am, especially when it comes to not fat people, fat women. See, you like to go after the women, bro. You go even lower than me.
I said that I would take out Willow Nightingale on a nice dinner.
Yeah, but she lost weight, bro. She lost a lot of weight.
No, that's not true at all.
Computer school graduate, bro. So, no, Pam, I don't know, man. Pam Grier was cool, bro. She might have, I don't know, like she,
bro.
She was eating.
She killed Kellogg's End Post.
She was eating Cheetos, bro. So, I mean, you know who did not kill Kellogg's is Vincent D'Onofrio. They really do make him look bigger in the show, bro, because he's not that big. He really isn't.
Well, they gain weight, bro. They're professional. They actually.
No, I don't think he gained that much though, because I think he's on a similar diet to what I was on.
He gains weight, bro. Remember, these shows are like a year old by the time we see them.
No, I know that. Yeah. He did give me the scoop on Spider-Man, bro. I'm going to tell you this because I asked him. I said, people want the Kingpin in Spider-Man, and he said he's not in it, bro. He's not in Spider-Man.
No.
Now, if he worked me and he is in it, I'm not going to even be mad because that means I got worked by Vincent D'Onofrio. But he said he's not in Spider-Man, bro, because of the whole rights thing.
Well, why would he be, though? He's not... The way that he wouldn't
he's a Spider-Man villain. That's why, and we've been waiting to have them under the same roof. Bless you. But he said that even though that now the relationship is better, that's like a Sony thing, bro.
No, I know, but the thing is that now that we know how the story is, I wasn't even. I mean, when we were watching the season, I was like, how is he needs to be in Spider-Man? But now we know how it ended. I would, yeah, he should. He doesn't have to. Even like the Punisher's probably that's probably the only scene he's in. It's like a little cameo. I don't think he's gonna be like a big part of it.
I don't know. The Hand is supposed to be one of the heels of the movie, so
that's more for Daredevil. That's a Daredevil.
The Hand is a Daredevil, but it's
not for Frank Castle.
No, but the point is that it's characters from the show, and so that's why
they have about 25 villains in that movie, bro, which is concerning.
They do have a lot of villains.
Kingpin they have Scorpion, which we already saw. He's in the trailer.
Is the Rhinoceros in it? No, right?
No, bro. But it's not gonna be Paul Giamatti either.
No, we aren't. We're not that lucky.
No, it's the Scorpion. It's Tombstone,
Tombstone. That's right. Jean Grey is in it, but apparently not. She's not a villain though.
Well, we don't know. She might be. They're very like by the book the way they introduce people.
Yeah, I don't know. Go ahead.
Oh, and then we're supposed to see the Hulk hulking out again, so he's technically a villain.
If he's out of control, yeah, I guess. Yeah, back to the original Savage Hulk, bro, not Professor Hulk.
Not the ND Hulk. But the little gimmick that he has on his arm malfunctions and he goes crazy again.
Like what always happens.
All right, that's 3 villains. All right, Tombstone.
The Hand.
The Hand, because we saw them in the trailer. They're ninjas.
Right, they're in it. They're in the movie poster as well. So they might be the lead villains.
There's a shitload of villains, bro.
And the Hand is a bunch of ninjas, so it'll be a big army for Spider-Man to take out, you know.
And Daredevil, but we're not supposed to know that.
Yeah, but he's arrested, bro.
Yeah, but remember, there's a scene in jail. The trailer, they're in jail, remember? Spider-Man is in jail somehow. So it does connect to the whole Daredevil.
Oh, yeah.
And they do have that scene where, like, you could tell somebody else is helping Spider-Man fight, but they took him out of the trailer. Like where the ninjas are actually directed at someone else and you can't see it because they took them out. You know? So,
I didn't even notice that. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, and that was cool.
But too bad Daredevil was a big fucking pile of flop shit, unfortunately. I like the show, personally.
I enjoyed it this season.
Nobody came back for it.
He did confirm that at one time. Talk about D'Onofrio. He did confirm that at one time they were going to reboot the series and not tie it into the old show. He's like, yeah, we heard that too, and I thought that was bullshit. I thought that was a big mistake. We all kind of agree that was a big mistake.
They were the ones that hit up the creators. It was, what's the name? The Punisher, Daredevil, and Vincent D'Onofrio. They went to the creators like, we can't, this is dumb. You know, we started the whole thing of just resetting everything.
Yeah, he didn't want to do that. And then I talked to him about manga, bro, which was kind of his kids are fans of manga, so that's how the conversation got to me.
Shit.
Well, they're young. I think his oldest son's like 22 or whatever, something like that. But it was
his oldest son is, bro. He needs to. You know what he needs to do? He needs to do what they did in Full Metal Jacket with him, bro. He needs to turn into that drill sergeant and start talking.
At R. Lee Ermey, bro.
He needs to start talking some shit to his kids, bro.
Yeah, bro.
23-year-old reading manga. Are you kidding me?
Maybe he did, bro. Hey, whatever.
Is that the reason why testosterone has lowered amongst young men for the first time?
You want to know what surprises me, bro? He does not live in L.A. either, bro. You know where he lives? Do you know where he lives as a shoot?
Hold on, don't tell me. He lives in Boise, Idaho.
Why'd you say that?
Because he was living there like 5 years ago.
At the 5 Season Center, bro. No, he lives in New York City. And I told him, I said, well, you're the mayor, so you might as well. You know what I'm saying?
I like how Jake, God, that's an old story, bro. J457 says his son used to go to TV.
Oh, that's a great story. We've talked about it on here before, on the live. We've talked about it recently. With the old hooker. We talked about it.
That's right, bro.
We talked about it on here.
And there was the fat one that wanted her hair extension. Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm. Did he say hooker? I think he said Booker, Doc.
Oh, yeah. Did you talk to Melina Perez, bro?
No, I did not. And you know what? I didn't talk to Ron Simmons either, and they walked right by me. I did not. I missed those, bro. I should have.
You like, this is wrestling. That's redneck talk. That's what you were saying, bro.
Well, I was in Houston, but what do you call it? I focused on the real stars, bro. Wrestling, come on. I did not see Kevin Von Erich at all. He was supposed to be there. I showed you a picture, right? There was a wrestling show going on during the convention. So they booked this big ass convention hall. One of the biggest I've ever seen, right? It's massive. It's like the George W. Bush Convention Hall or some shit, right? Huge. And so when you walk in, right, on the left, if you go all the way down, there's a bunch of cars, including a fully functioning Batman 89 Batmobile that I wanted to take on a drive, but they wouldn't let me. This thing is street certified, bro. I would have.
You should have said how much for it and being confident about it.
Well, I was already told ahead of time it was too rich for my blood.
Jerry Lawler bought his, bro.
That's true, but he bought the Adam West one. And then if you go to the back area, the back right, they literally had a wrestling ring there with seats around it, bro. They had an indie redneck wrestling show there, bro.
It was a mud show, as Jim Cornette says.
That's right, an outlaw mud show. I talked to one of the guys that worked there. We talked about wrestling and how much current wrestling kind of sucks, which we're going to talk about here on this show. But it was cool that they had a whole ass wrestling show built in. That was cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you another scenario for you to accept or decline. The Marks love this. So I'm gonna bring another one.
Oh, they love this, bro.
All right. So we got a pain list.
Okay.
Now there's not gonna be no males shaking their genitalia at you this time.
No Obafemi, bro.
We're gonna ground this a little bit. And be real, bro. Don't fucking just say, because it's not. I honestly think about this and the consequence and all this.
Okay, yeah.
So I always do. So you get to fuck pain. So you get to fuck Painless. And what's the other bitch you like, bro? The 50-year-old.
There's a few. Shannon Elizabeth.
Okay, Shannon Elizabeth. However, they are gonna. Okay, so you get to fuck them for 2 days.
Bro, look at these comments, bro. There's this one and this one, bro, at the exact same time.
Well, there is gonna be one toy involved.
Oh,
and that's gonna be that Willow Wish gimmick because.
Oh, the break thing.
You're gonna fuck Painless for 2 days, but you have to deal with the obsession gimmick from her for a week.
I'll take it.
Well, you didn't even think about it.
I don't need to, bro. I don't need to because I can handle that. I was with a BPD for 3 months. I can handle a week, bro.
Listen. That means that she's gonna be all up on your streams.
Mm-hmm.
That means that she's not gonna let you work for a week.
That's a week.
You can't regulate her, bro.
It's a week, bro. It's a week. I'll be all right. Listen, I want her to pop on my streams.
That means that when the Chinkster comes over, he might get his head slammed into the steering wheel, bro.
Don't talk about. Well, whatever. It's been out for a while. Well, remember, it wasn't. Remember,
I didn't
though.
Say who, what, when, and how. I didn't say any of that.
It wasn't a steering wheel. She put a brick in front of the steering wheel. Did you notice that when you saw the movie? There was a brick there. Okay, because I didn't see it the first
Marco
time.
Marks has seen it twice. He just told us right now.
Yeah, I know he saw it twice. Yeah, but has he ever lived it? Because I have, and you have before me.
Well, I've had countless times. I have 1,000 stories like that.
You didn't learn from your first go around, bro. But I learned, even though I've thought about taking a walk on the wild side again, let's just say. But yeah,
Okay, so
I'll take it. I'll take it for sure. A week, I'll be all right, bro. I'm not gonna go in the bathroom and take the pills like fucking
Like
Andrew Martin and fucking Kurt Hennig did in Tampa, bro.
Look, this is the thing. This is how my brain works, bro. Look at Mecha Cyan. He comes in and he makes that statement. I haven't seen Clash in what is the point of that statement? Because
clitally, well, because he said clitally instead of Italy, and I'm popping because that's pretty clever. I've never heard it called clitally. I think he's saying he wants to be here, but doesn't want to be spoiled in the show. Well, guess what, bro? You don't have to worry about that because every predictable finish is what they did on this show. But before we get to the show, I want to ask you a question. Bro. Because people have been waiting now a couple weeks about a promo that you're probably going to cut. I hope you got it in you. About the returning Brock Edward Lesnar, bro. I'd like to hear what your thoughts are on the fact that Brock Edward Lesnar, first of all, he's back, and secondly, he won.
WWE traditionally
is very racist. What was the nose thinking, bro?
Not only are they very racist, but they're also very behind the times. It takes years and years, even when Vinny was running it, for them to understand that they got to use different playbooks. The nose continually uses one fucking playbook, bro. Now they have this guy, Talatonga, Hikaleo. They're starting to push him a little bit. What does he do? The same giant spots that we've seen for 30 fucking years, bro.
Longer.
Choke slam, choking, swatting the little guys off after they do the drop kick. Oh, the same fucking shit. Even though we saw this guy get over in Japan to a degree, he's a young guy. Without using the traditional giant WWE tropes. Same thing with Brock Lesnar, bro. For whatever reason, because Vince McMahon had a hard-on for him, probably named one of his dildos after him.
Oh, I'm sure he did. He likes horses. You can make the jokes about me.
No, you like horses.
We know Vinny likes horses.
They have this guy that organically got over, bro. Organically got over. People pay big money to recreate where Omba Femi was. They had the Omba chance. The guy was over huge. He is the top guy right now. Me and you laid out a plan for him for the next year. He didn't have to wrestle the old guard tomorrow, but building up for WrestleMania, Roman versus Oba was money. For whatever reason, bro, they have it in their head that they gotta protect these people. The same old played out book, bro, and it's so fucking frustrating because there's other playbooks, bro. When you wanted to become a YouTuber, bro, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, I'm sure you did a lot of research, right? You did a lot of research, and you saw how different people got over on YouTube. And you took some of what works on one end,
right?
You took some of what works from this other end, but you also work with your strengths. You cannot sit there and say, well, I'm going to do what Mr. Beast did because that's what you can't do that because he had different breaks, he had a different journey, right? Or anybody else. But you pick and grab from different sources, and then you create your own path. WWE doesn't do that, bro. They have one played out fucking way of doing things, and they do it over and over and over. What about these fucking garbage matches, bro? These hardcore matches. It's the same thing.
It's all the same, yeah.
The chair, they love candlesticks, bro, because guess what? When these fucking people were young, right? Because now the people in power that when they were young, they saw the Sandman with the Singapore cane, and now that's all they use.
Yeah, but the Sander was a once in a lifetime talent, as we saw WrestleMania weekend.
And so it's the same old boring shit, bro. Look at AEW. They have a youth movement right now.
And they should.
MJF just turned 30 years old. The man
they have a lot of young guys under contract.
He was born in 1996.
Post 87.
Brother, I remember pleasuring myself discovering who I am in 1996. So I know this. So I know this.
Was it the Sonny?
Probably, yeah. But this kid right here, and I call him a kid because he's still a kid in my eyes, that tells me how young he is. Darby Allin, talk shit about him all you want. He's gonna be in a wheelchair. He's gonna be like Dynamite-ito in 2 years, whatever the case may be. He's a young 31 years old, bro.
Swerve Ospreay.
Strickland, 30 years old. Hangman Adam Page, even though he could never get a world title shot as long as he's in that company, I don't know how the fuck they're gonna talk their way out of it, but they will somehow. They have to. 32 years old. Brock Lesnar is
48. Yeah,
he's almost 50 years old. CM Punk is almost 50 years old. Roman Reigns just celebrated his 40th birthday. Seth Rollins is 40 years old. Why do we have to see these people, bro? Think about it like this. You want to be a reflection of your audience. You cannot sit there and say, I'm going to be 60 and I'm going to attract the 20-year-olds. It doesn't work like that. That's not how society works, you know? And yet these people are continuously, because of the hard-ons they have in the back, right? Vince started that hard-on for Brock. Now Triple H the nose has a fucking hard-on for Brock, you know? And they don't have it in their head that these guys don't have to be protected anymore. And so what we had tonight, and yeah, they try to protect Oba. He stands up in the middle of the count.
It took 7 F5s, which normally that is like what I said about the match is like the body of the match and the work. I didn't have a problem with it because they did have a good story.
Brother,
but
you know what they should have done?
But Oba and Brock should have never had a rematch, bro. WrestleMania should have been
Brother,
it.
You know
And then they have Oba lose. What should they have done?
They couldn't have gotten Reyes anymore because he's up there in the big ring in the sky. But they should have gotten Rick Titan to carry the little gimmick, the shocking gimmick, bro. And he should have thrown on one of them Italian fucking security, the yellow ones. And then he should have ran up there and hit Oba with the...
Did you forget that he also died? He died before Scott Hall, bro.
God damn it! Is there any other? Well, look, how about Razor Ramon Hargay?
There you go. We'll get HG to help out,
brother. Razor Ramon Hargay. You throw him a couple bucks. You fly him over to Italy, because Italy and Japan are only like an hour away from each other, right?
I don't think it's an hour, but yeah, it's not that far.
And he comes out with the cattle prod, as Jacques Rougeau used to call it.
Yeah, the cattle prod. Exactly. What beat Goldberg, bro?
Yes. Now Oba would have to be shaking like Goldberg was too.
Of course. He might do that just for the fuck of it. Talking about the shaking.
like Devon Dudley.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Every time he hit a spine buster, bro.
Every time he got hit.
Simmons.
Yeah.
Simmons.
Yeah.
Everything common, bro. Anyways.
Well, they did have that Dudleyville strap match on Raw in my favorite episode. So Brock Lesnar beats Oba Femi, and I don't really understand why. I mean, okay. They're protecting him, but for who? For Gunther? For a third match with Oba Femi? They had to do a third one. I just didn't want to see this become a series. Oba beating him should have been it. If they were going to bring him back, he should have wrestled a different guy.
They did this shit with Cody Rhodes already. They did the whole series, all Brock is going to endorse you when you beat him 2 out of 3 times.
Right.
So I'm assuming they're going to have the third match over in Blood Money territory, bro. Where? Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia? What, you mean WrestleMania next year?
No. They have the show coming up. There's another show, bro. There's another house show at the end of the month.
Night of Champion, you mean?
Yeah.
But I thought that, I didn't know that was in Saudi. I thought that was in America.
No, it's in Saudi. They go to Saudi, bro. Even if there's a war, they're gonna go to Saudi, bro.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Riyadh. Okay. Night of Champions.
So so this is what I was thinking, bro. So I was thinking, okay, if Brock wins, right? I was thinking then that means that Gunther is also winning. So that way Gunther could say, okay, I'll give you a shot, but if you don't win, you retire. And that's your SummerSlam match. But then that match was also weird. You want to talk about that? Was a weird match.
That was the opener. That was the opener. Cody and Gunther.
Bro, talk about a generic. I don't know what was more generic, the movie The Passenger or this fucking opening contest, brother. Because talk about a generic house show. I don't want to get hurt. You don't want to get hurt. Let's just protect each other style match, bro. It was by the numbers, vanilla matchmaking, opening match at a house show. The ending was dumb, where he has the foot out and then back in. It was just a way for him to get another title shot. But guess what? He still lost.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking they do a rematch at Saudi, and then Gunther takes the title from Cody, and then you have Gunther challenging Brock.
He needs to.
But here's where it gets weird, bro. So let's say they have the rematch between Oba and Brock at Saudi, between Gunther and Cody at Saudi.
Well, Brock would have to win, right?
Yeah. Now they're fucked. The nose, bro. Is there like an opposite of Booker of the Year? Is there like
it's called the worst Booker of the Year.
Sending your company down the toilet of the year, bro?
Most disgusting promotional tactic. What's gonna win this year, bro? You know what? No, I've got one. Stephanie McMahon in the Hall of Fame.
No, bro, you not tipping the old man is gonna win this year, bro. After he carried your bags for you.
Yeah, but I mentioned Paul Bosch. That was tip enough, bro.
You turn into the Jurassic Park Tyrannosaurus Rex, bro, with the little arms.
Being in my presence is enough tip for him,
bro. So that was a weird match. It didn't even go a long time.
No, it didn't. It was like 12 minutes, something like that. It was not long.
And then the I would say the bitches, but we don't talk like that here. The women.
No, of course not.
Well, one of them is a dick on a stick.
No, tits and a dick.
Well,
tits
both of them are dicks on a stick, if you ask me.
Okay, yeah. You remember what the Klinkser said? Yeah, that was the second match. It was better in the WrestleMania match, but I mean, this feud needs to move on, bro.
Yeah, they are going to move on because I feel like it's going to be Charlotte and Rhea next.
Yeah, well, Charlotte and Jade also is another match they have in their back pocket.
Oh, they could do a triple threat, which is going to be stupid.
Well, what I was trying to say was that there was no storyline on this show that I was really, really into. Even the Sol Ruka thing. Like, there's nothing on WWE TV right now that I'm like really into.
Now let me tell you, because you like those vanilla, flat-chested, no ass having white girls. What does Sol Ruka do for you, bro?
Absolutely nothing.
Really? I'm surprised.
Not into her, bro.
She's got a nice little booty when she has the. Oh yeah, you're right.
She's very athletic, but she.
No, she's not.
I knew she was gonna. Okay, that's true.
She's the opposite of athletic, bro.
I knew she was gonna win, and she did.
Well, I mean, why would? I mean, she had been losing the whole time.
Yeah, but I mean, Becky's there to. Becky's the Gary Goodridge, bro. She's the gatekeeper right now. That's what she is.
Or forever at her age.
Sol Ruka ain't no Indy Navarrete. That's a fact. You're right about that one, bro.
But Indy Navarrete don't got nothing either, bro. I've seen that. She don't got nothing either. I don't find her attractive.
I thought she was kind of attractive.
No, she's cute. She's got a pretty face.
She has a pretty face and a nice rack. Her rack looked nice in the scene where she gave the Hansel and Gretel fucking poem, bro. It looked good.
Don't tell me that you get worked by the way these women dress themselves.
I'm very aware of how women make themselves look more curvy.
Well, they're good. So don't be giving.
But that doesn't mean it doesn't look good though.
But I'm saying,
look, people in the chat are saying that her dad is an athlete. Now they're obviously using our definition.
I don't know what that means, bro. Austin Kinga, could you be more specific? I don't know.
Sol Ruka is half athlete. No, but see, I think they're using our definitions, bro. But you're gonna have to. My
definition is an athlete is a person
that's athletic.
Their body for athletic.
That's athletic, right? Like for example, here's an athlete, Michael Jordan. That's an athlete.
Yes.
You know? Ken Griffey Jr.
Here's an athlete. Obafemi, he's an athlete. He's a really
he is an athlete. Yes,
He's
he
a
is,
hot. He's
bro.
one of your guys.
But he didn't win. His new name now is Oba Feminine because he lost the match to Brock Lesnar. See, if it were me, I would have shot on Brock. I would have said that Inoki-san called me and told me to shoot on Brock, and I would have just done that, bro.
The Naoga Ogawa, you would have done one.
That's right. That's right. That's exactly right.
Remember, he did it twice. He did it twice.
No, I think he did it 3 times.
3 times.
I think it was 3 times. And then he did, remember the hustle dance. Hustle, hustle. The hustle dance.
You would have called it not, but the nose would have been pissed, though.
I don't care. Louis Armstrong was an athlete, but he's not. No, he's athletic, bro.
Louis Armstrong had a stadium named after him. That's where AEW was at last week.
That's right. That's right. He did, bro. Not Arthur Ashe, another beta that got or athlete that got a stadium named after him.
So wait a minute, bro. So let's say you would have done a Naoga Ogawa on Brock, okay? The nose would have gotten upset, but then TK would have been there with because the nose would have released Obafemi.
And then I would have talked to TK about getting a good deal with him.
Okay, but then you would have brought Obafemi over to AEW, which his new name would have been Untaku because he can't use Obafemi.
Right.
So Untaku
or M'Baku. Just call him M'Baku, bro, from Wakanda. Ooga, 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 chaka.
That would have been, bro. And you know Tony likes to pay for those songs, so he would have given him that song.
Hooked on a feeling. That would have been awesome,
bro. I look how you put me over when I said it was the Reservoir Dogs song, not the Guardian song.
Well, I've said that, but I said that too, though. That's why, because I've told people that. I'm like, no, that's from Reservoir Dogs.
That's what separates a post-87 from a real man, bro. Where they put that song in their head.
Yeah, not Guardians, bro. So what do you think about Supergirl possibly flopping, bro?
Huh?
There's no hype behind Supergirl. What do you think about that movie possibly flopping?
It's a possibility. I don't care for it, bro. Supergirl has never gotten over. Like, I'm not even.
She's never gotten over in movies. Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, if it flops, do you think it's gonna put James Gunn's like era at risk already? It's only been a year.
Yes, I do. I think he's going to be on the defensive. And James Gunn is one of those guys that lives on the internet, so be careful. He's going to start spewing out some shit.
He's going to start cutting promos like Adam Sandler when he didn't get nominated in 2019. No, but you know what?
He's not as beta as fucking Taiki Waikiki, bro. Nobody's as beta as him. He beats them all. But James Gunn could get very defensive. But bro, write something better, bro. It's always that outcast, like I don't give a fuck rebel guy or girl that's gonna learn a life lesson, and then they're gonna be humble. The same fucking character, bro. James Gunn knows how to write one fucking character over and over. So that's what we're seeing with this trailer, you know. And so I'm not really excited. There's a lot of movies that are not getting hyped. The He-Man movie's not getting a lot of hype either. Even though the people that have seen it have stated that it's a really good film,
yeah,
and that the trailer doesn't really show you that. So,
when was the last time you saw the original? Because I haven't seen that since I was a kid.
Masters of the Universe with Bob Lundgren?
Yeah, I haven't seen it since I was a kid, and I kind of want to go back and watch it.
I have it, so it's, I don't know, like maybe like 2 years ago.
I think Arrow did Arrow put out a special edition?
No, they're gonna put out. They just announced it.
I thought they already. I remember they had a 4K. It might have been Shout. One of those boutique labels put out a 4K of that movie.
Bro, Austin King popped me because David Ayer is still talking about
Suicide Squad, right?
Suicide Squad.
Yeah, he's still talking about it. Yeah,
they gotta give me the money for the director's cut, and I got my own cut.
Oh, the movie's way better. Yeah, because the Snyder one. That's why.
Well, that's right. To this day, he's still talking about it.
Clayface is my favorite Batman villain, thanks to Batman the Animated Series.
But it's weird that he's gonna get a movie before Batman. Like, that's weird.
Well, the Batman. Oh, I know. Never mind. No, you're talking about for the other. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that is weird. Yeah, I look. I like Clayface, but I don't know about him getting his own movie. I just know that when I stayed in Houston for Comic Palooza, a buddy of mine, YouTuber, stayed with me at the hotel a couple of the nights because he.
You didn't have to piss in a hole, right?
No, that's not Japan. They gave me a nice hotel room, bro. You know what I love about hotels?
You have to share with somebody else, bro.
No, I didn't have to share. No. I didn't have to share with anybody. I invited him to stay because he was helping me out. So he stayed a couple of the nights.
Oh, you invited a man to stay with you? Okay.
Well, yeah, but I wait a minute. I told him, though, that if I get a little piece of something, he's going to have to dip, and he agreed. because he was helping me that weekend, bro.
So he's not
So
gonna be like Juventus Guerrero where he's jacking off in the corner.
nah, but you know what? If you threw me a scenario where it was Peyton List and he'd be in the corner, I'd take it.
Oh no, David Penzer was the one that would jack off in the corner with Hoovis group.
Hoovy fucked her and he couldn't find a rubber, so he took one of those gloves and cut the middle finger and put it around his dick. Yeah.
And David Penzer was in the corner jacking off.
I met David Penzer like 2 months ago, bro, so I should have asked him that question if it was true, bro. Is it true you were jacking off in the corner?
Bro, do you think Vinny would have been jacking off in the corner if Brock would have taken the offer? I think he would.
I think he would have started to do it once Brock pulled his pants down and shat in fucking Janelle Grant's head.
No, but Brock wouldn't do that, bro.
No, he's a good guy. He would never do that. He would just
the right way.
He would just watch her peeing and drink it. I don't know, bro. Am I weird for not being into piss? I don't know,
Yes,
but I guess.
Or choking.
No, the choking we agreed on. Remember, you and I agreed on that. I'm not into the piss or the shitting. I don't like other bodily fluids involved in sex that isn't saliva or cum. All right, anything else?
Well,
I don't want sweat and yeah, but I don't. Well, so you're saying you're okay. So what you're saying is you're okay with piss and shit in sex. That's what you're saying right now on the record.
No.
On the record, you're saying you just said it. You say if not, you're vanilla.
No,
are you into piss and shit, bro?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not into shit.
So you're okay with golden showers, bro?
Maybe. I'm okay with giving my partner the highest pleasure in the highest mountain possible.
By peeing on her? I don't know if she likes that, bro.
Nirvana, bro. We gotta hit Nirvana up in this motherfucker.
Okay.
Depends, you know.
I don't like urine involved in my.
But shit has a lot of like health concerns. You know, it's very unsafe. It's not a safe.
It's definitely more unsafe than piss.
Hepatitis C probabilities if you fuck with that. So no, I'm not cool with that shit.
The good Lord did not intend our asses to take a dick.
Bro, you're so boring. You're one of those guys that just missionary and that's it, bro.
I like how me saying no piss somehow equals that I'm only into missionary.
Boring.
Listen, when I was with the BPD in 2021, brother, we know what happened, bro.
She didn't introduce you to piss.
No, she didn't. But listen.
That she wasn't a real
wait
BPD.
A minute, spit. The spit.
She wasn't really a real BPD.
Hold on. No, she wasn't. You know it. But here's the thing. You know that scene in Empire Strikes Back where Luke confronts Vader in the cave?
One of the worst movies ever made from a guy that I look up to that I share with you. Let me know on the stream. Oh no, never mind. That was Return of the Jedi. My bad, bro. Yeah, what about Empire?
Okay, so I don't know. Okay, Empire. The scene where Luke goes to the cave with Dagobah and then he learns about himself.
The pussy, bro. Yoda the pussy. Let's call
that.
What he is.
That relationship in 2021 made me learn a lot about myself, bro, and what I was capable of. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, Sleeky said, "Given my be betraying God at this point, does he not know me?"
No, I don't think he. Do you know what he's talking about? Because I don't think you know about how can you betray God.
I mean, it's a little G, so I agree with whatever. He's not the big G.
Well, it doesn't matter if it's a big or a small G. I don't think that you're in. I don't even think I should even tell you what that means on the air, bro. Because we're going into how can you betray God is going into a territory that's going to cost us. Well, it won't cost us anything, but people might look at it a certain type of way.
Okay, well, don't say it, but I mean, it sounds very post 87 too.
Oh, it's not. It's not post 87, bro. In fact, it came from Vamp. So that's how you know it's awesome. Already it's awesome, bro. Just the fact that it came from Vamp. Okay, what'd you think about Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, bro? The match.
Another. It was a good match. I liked the match, but it was the ending was very vanilla, bro.
It's just like, where do we go from here? Like they're afraid. They're afraid to change the title, bro. Like or something. Like I don't know.
They're just lost, dude. And how about this? This is if you're into smart wrestling. I'm gonna tell you the big story of the night.
The fact that the Usos are fucking back to being slaves for this guy.
No, that's one thing. And then also they're also teasing that the MFTs are gonna. So it seems like they're gonna merge. They're gonna do the when the
bloodline.
When the Power Rangers combine all their swords, bro. What was that called?
The merge or fusion or whatever.
No, what was the name of that sword? When it was
the Megazord?
Yeah, the Megazord, bro, because they're about to connect the MFTs with the new bloodline.
But we've already seen that storyline. That's the thing, we've already seen that, and Solo's boring anyways. Like, I don't want to see that.
And he almost cost us his main event, bro.
Yeah, I don't. No.
Well, we're gonna see those vignettes of making a difference. Fatu trying to be a good boy and doing what Roman says because now he's indebted to him. It was part of the contract. Stupid, bro. Or they could do a thing tomorrow night on Raw where he just rebels against the system and just non-voids the contract that he agreed to, and he comes out in a beer truck and sprays everybody with beer or some shit, or milk or shit, like Eddie Guerrero did to the Big Show.
Yeah. And you'd be into that, right? You'd be 100% into that. Oh, that's right. You said no shit. But piss is okay. A piss truck.
I didn't say okay, but I'm not. It's a case-by-case basis. How about that?
I see. Okay. All right. So if somebody said...
You're into pillow zombies, that's on you.
Let me ask you a question. If somebody said, all right, you get Roxanne Perez for 48 hours.
I wouldn't get Roxanne Perez. I'm too old for her. That's weird.
You get Roxanne Perez for 48 hours and nobody finds out about it except me. And, but you have to let
I couldn't get hard.
But she has to piss in your mouth. Well, that's a different problem. But she gets to piss in your mouth at the end of the night, bro. Is that a yes or a no?
No, bro. Because I couldn't get... She's like a little girl.
Look at this question right here. This question will piss you off, knowing you.
Bro.
Instead, it just made you laugh, bro. I thought it was going to piss you off.
I mean, Brock and Noble already pissed me. I have all the pissed off already beaten out of me, bro. Yes. How about that, Retro Brax? I am going to go see back. So don't spoil it. I think I'll have popped you. You've been doing this a long time, bro. Sometimes the easiest solution is just to agree, Like, fuck it.
You're right. I've learned that. Just smile and wave. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, all right. So.
Anyways, So they're gonna do the whole thing, the whole David Von Erich with Jimmy Garvin from WCCW. That's right, boy. Think of that whole boy.
I wish they did that, bro. I wish.
And then you have Making a Difference, bro. What about if they brought in the Samoan Gangster Party?
No, see, they can't because he's dead. One of them's dead, bro. But that would be great if we see the vertical suplex on the streets like we did.
That wasn't Rose, right? That wasn't Rose.
Yes, that was Rose. Okay. Rose and Samu.
Well, they still have Samu around, even though
I think he's old. Yeah.
And they'll find another Samoan somewhere, bro.
Well, they got Rikishi.
No, there'll be a vignette. Yeah, but for whatever reason, they never let him back into the building, bro. He's
never, even in the crowd.
Okay. No, so let's say they're doing a vignette where Roman wants his foot massage, right?
I got 3 of my sons in the main event, and I still can't get a ticket.
No, what about the one from the 2007, bro? From the Mayweather De La Hoya build-up, and they have Mayweather's dad. And remember, Mayweather's dad,
Senior,
has the brain. And then he's like, they wouldn't let me in. And then he just looks at the camera. He's like, I'm his damn daddy.
Classic, bro.
And the little braids just shake back and forth, bro.
Yep.
I'm his damn daddy.
The Chris Bosh Toronto Raptors look.
That's right. So they're gonna have Making a Difference part 2, bro. They're gonna have the beanie with the little button on top, bro. The little thing, the little pom pom.
The propeller is what it should be, bro. It should be
and
the
then
propeller.
He's gonna be like, God damn, man, this is. And he's gonna be massaging Roman Lex's foot because and Roman's like, get in there. And then in the background, you're gonna see the Samoan Gangster Party, bro, just analyzing. It's gonna be Samu because he's still alive. Who are they gonna replace him with, bro? Who's the Samoan that's not signed yet? Umaga's kid. Umaga's kid.
Right. Zilla.
And he's gonna be right there with the gold chain. He's like
Zilla, because he ain't no god.
He's like, Jacob, that wouldn't be happening if you were with your real family over here. That wouldn't be happening, bro.
That's right. And Powerhouse Hobbs gonna figure out a way to get in there, bro, somehow.
Bro, you know what's really racist?
He'll take him to Chicken and Waffles Roscoe, bro.
No, what's really racist is that
the nose
Powerhouse Hobbs and Jacob Fatu have both been, they're both from the same part of town.
They're both from the streets, bro, is what you're trying to say.
But why do they have to be connected? And essentially they're saying both of you are criminals and you knew each other. Why?
Yeah, no, that's it. That's exactly what it is. They were criminals and they knew each other both in the prison and out, bro. They committed crimes together.
But none of that is true.
No, of course not.
They're amplifying the stereotype of these people.
Yeah, that's wrestling.
Why couldn't they have a storyline where Powerhouse Hobbs went to community college and he met Jacob there trying to become a lawyer or something?
I like how it has to be community college, bro. It can't be UCLA. It's got to be community college.
Well, you got to keep it somewhat grounded, bro. You can't get too fanatical about
Of course, bro. Of course, community college.
Why couldn't it be that, bro? Instead of, you're all from the Crips and the Bloods and you're all cool and stuff. No, and then I pop because on SmackDown, bro, this is so racist. Whenever Powerhouse Hobbs runs into somebody from the streets, they got to talk street, bro.
Yeah.
What's up, blood?
What's up, bro? Yeah. It's always, man.
So embarrassing, bro.
That's wrestling. So AEW Double or Nothing.
Wait a minute, we're missing. We talked about everything, right? From
we did
the house show that we just saw. Okay,
we did.
So what do you think about this whole Jacob thing? I already said my piece.
I think that they need to figure out something. They should either put the belt on him or figure something else to do because I don't care. I just don't care, bro. Like I'm not. It's not that they did anything particularly stupid or like insulting. It's just not interesting. They're trying to relive the bloodline again, but Solo has no charisma. The Hikuleo has no charisma either. Like none of those guys are that interesting, bro. Jacob does.
One of them got fired.
Yeah, one of them got cut, bro. The Puerto Rican or whatever. So it's like,
and his big ass gut got fired too.
Yeah, I know, bro. Another guy. I don't know. I just don't care. Like I'm just being for real with you. I don't care. Like there's nothing in the company right now that makes me excited, and that's bad because the wrestlers and the characters can work. It's just what is like. I guess Trick Williams was kind of cool. He's still around.
The rapper's never gonna leave. Isn't that guy like a big multi-million? Like he's there every week now.
Maybe he's a mark. Or maybe Sammy's gonna lay him out soon. I don't know, bro. I mean, hell, they killed off the fucking gingerbread man.
That was stupid.
Rest in peace. What's worse, bro? That or Al Wilson dying, bro?
No, Al Wilson was wacky, bro.
Or Percy dying, bro.
No, you don't even compare. Don't even go there, bro.
Percy died twice.
Well, three times if you count real life.
3 times if you count real life. True. But that wasn't Percy. That was Wayne Moody.
No, that was Percy. I don't think there was a difference.
Maybe you're right.
Paul Bear died twice. Percy died once.
Okay, that's fair. He didn't die in World Class?
No. What about in Revenge of the Taker, bro? No, he just got burned on his hair.
Yeah, that's what led to Kane. That whole burning thing. Kane is alive, Undertaker. Hush, rigor mortis. So, Double or Nothing.
What episode was? I want to use your SD brain right now. What episode was that where he throws up through the television?
That was 98. I think that was the second week of May, 98, something like that. It was right around there. Yeah, because he beats him up at home, bro. I couldn't stop laughing. He's cutting remember the woman that was there with him? Watch out! And then he comes in. He's wearing Taker's wearing street clothes.
Yeah, but the thing is that the whole night they're showing Percy, who's enjoying, because he's even doing the gimmick where he's watching TV like this, and he's got his feet hanging.
Yeah, and it's a little box TV, bro. It's an old box TV.
Well, that was back in the day.
He's watching Raw, even though he's on the show.
Which not everybody does, bro.
No, but that's awesome, though, bro.
Brian Pillman wasn't watching Raw when he snuck into Steve Austin's house with a gun.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Remember what he said? Austin 316 can't go up against Pillman 9mm, bro. That's what he said. What happened to the business?
He had it underneath his little blanket, bro.
Yeah, he had it right down there, bro. Held it up. Pillman 9mm. Then they did the gimmick where they lost the camera feed. And then Vinny did one of his Scott Levy apologies.
That's right, bro. Because they got in trouble.
Yeah, they got in trouble. Oh, we
apologize. One of the stun doubles into the kiddie pool.
That's right. Yes, he did, bro. Like Boss Man at the Survivor Series '89. He went right into the kiddie pool.
I got a fact for you. Did you know that at this point, Jon Moxley has been Jon Moxley more than he's been Dean Ambrose? He just passed
including like prior to WWE when he was on the Indies.
Well, he was never Dean Ambrose in the Indies, but he was Dean
right.
Ambrose
But that's my point. Are you counting Jon Moxley from Shikara all the way to developmental?
No, I'm counting Jon Moxley from Double or Nothing 2019 up until now.
Until now, yeah, that makes sense.
That's been longer than Dean Ambrose from 2012 up into 2019.
WWE has been WWE longer than it was WWF now, which makes me very sad.
Get the F out, bro.
No, never. I put the F back in, bro.
No,
I wish. No, I wish. So,
Double or Nothing.
yeah, Double or Nothing, bro. Tremendous show. Will Ospreay Samoa Joe was like a wet dream for me.
Bro, I have a fact for you. Another one. I'm full of them tonight.
Oh, good.
Did you know that Samoa Joe was my favorite wrestler of the 2010s?
Yeah, you're gonna steal my shit. Go ahead.
And Ospreay was my favorite wrestler of the 2020s. Isn't that some shit?
You actually said it wrong. Samoa Joe's my favorite wrestler of the 2000s, and Will was my favorite wrestler of the 2010s.
Bro, like Samoa, like CM Punk told Joey Annoying, I'm not gonna call you Joe because I don't want to insult a Samoan that I really respect.
That's right, a Samoan that I really like. Yeah, that was a nice line.
But then Joe came back with a good one, bro. He's like, well, if you ask that Joe, he'll tell you who the real Tribal Chief is. That was a good comeback.
I mean, yeah.
You know what? That was a good build. You hated that build up. I like that build up.
I didn't hate that build up. I didn't care for the match.
Even though the match when it happened, or
the match? No. I didn't care for the match when they were first booking it, but the match itself was great.
Yeah, it saved night too for sure.
Apparently, Phil Brooks is getting jacked, bro. That's what I heard earlier today.
Yeah, well, he's coming back. I think after the Saudi show.
He's putting muscle on, bro. So we'll see. Well,
they all do, bro. Swerve lost a little weight, which is good. He shouldn't be that heavy because
he was ripped to. She still is ripped to shreds, bro. So
let me tell you what I'm marking out right now, bro. For AEW, I love this company.
Well, Double or Nothing was a good show.
Well, it was a good show, but I love the fact, bro, that they have a direction. And
yes, they do.
What about those teases of Kenny Omega and
Will?
Ospreay, bro? Where they're hanging around in the trainer's room and they're talking about life and how they respect each other.
Kind of motivating each other.
Yes. So on one side of the coin, we know that Ospreay's probably going to win the Owen, so he'll get the title shot. Right?
And the last guy he has to beat is Swerve, who beat him in their match 2 years ago. And I like both those guys. So
TK has been very ND with his booking, bro. Like every detail has been precise.
Well, he's very ND, so that's okay.
Yes, he is. He could be. He's very awkward. Is one way to put it. So okay.
Chipotle burrito, bro.
Yours or his?
Well, I was the first one, but his is on national television, so it's worse.
The problem is that nobody cared about you to notice that you came in with a different shirt, bro.
Nobody noticed. They never said a word.
Anyways,
yeah.
So I love all that stuff, and then hopefully, although I don't know how this works out but you know what? There I see myself falling into that trap of not wanting to switch the title. It's like, why not switch the title? Like I feel like Kenny has to beat MJF
in Montreal, right? That's my guess. Because
I hope so. Yeah, and then that'll be a great match, bro. Like imagine these two having the spotlight in London, England, at Wembley
in front of 80,000 or whatever the turnstile number is.
What about if Ospreay books Lennox Lewis to come out to the ring with him?
You mean TK? Oh, Lennox Lewis, yeah.
Some 33 years after he did it originally.
That's right, bro. Remember, fucking Vinny goes, Lennox Lewis is about to fight Razor Ruddock, and Bobby goes, Razor Ramon is gonna fight Lennox Lewis.
And Bobby would always do shit like that. He would cartoon everything, bro. Him and
Everything.
Gorilla were
Yep. Everything. I sent you some
anyways.
clips. I sent you some clips earlier about it.
So I love all that shit, bro. I'm really digging the main event scene, little things here and there. Look, again, I know Darby Allin's not for everybody, but I really like the Bret Hart gimmick that he had.
I like what they did with him booking wise, how he basically wore himself out before MJF got the title.
Because
I just don't know about the haircutting thing, if that was really going to be a thing, you know?
What do you mean?
Like, I don't think that the haircut was enough of a stipulation, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't seem like that big of a deal.
I mean, the pay-per-view broke records, bro. Like, it was a huge hit. So Dave Meltzer thinks that it was because of the stipulation.
I don't know, man. I thought it was just a good show overall.
Because it was, but the buys were above normal by a lot. Like, it wasn't like to the point where you're thinking, what else other than the usual roster made this difference?
Did they actually give what the number was yet?
Yeah, because now if you order through HBO, you get the numbers right away, the streaming numbers. So
well, I mean, do we have the actual finished numbers of who bought?
No. We don't have the finished numbers of the pay per view. You can't do that. But you do have the streaming numbers. People that pay out. They have like 4 or 5 different ways.
Right.
So he has those numbers, and those numbers are above the norm.
I wanted to know how much above the norm. That's what I was curious about.
I'll get those numbers for you. But I don't have them on me. So I like how Darby was doing the whole thing of like when Bret Hart won the title in '92, he was like, I'm gonna be the fightingest champion,
the most fighting champion ever. And he defended it every week.
And that's where you had him defend the title against Virgil and the Kid and all these guys that would
Skinner, the Alligator Man, Papa Shango.
Papa Shango at that Sunday Night's Main Event. That's right.
That was all around the same time. The Skinner match was too.
And they didn't really harp on this, but they did bring it up. The build-up towards that WrestleMania 9 main event was that Bret Hart was tired because he was defending the title almost every week and this, that, or the other thing. And I like how they did that with Darby Allin. Like, he wrestled on Collision, he wrestled on Dynamite, all the way to the whole time he was champion. He was wrestling contenders. And what I liked about his run was that it was also different. Like, every match, he would adapt to the opponent's style of wrestling. So that was pretty cool as well. I mean, for a little like it's kind of your turn title reign, I thought it was pretty cool. It wasn't meant to change the world or nothing. It was just a transitional thing. Put it back on MJF.
How do you feel about Kenny getting the title like a month before he drops it to Will? Because that's similar too, right? It's almost like a transitional
Yeah, but I'm okay
thing.
with that. Remember, we're falling into that trap that WWE fell into where they're afraid to change the title. Like, to me, if it serves the purpose of the storyline, it doesn't matter. Like, it's okay,
Well, I think in Kenny's case, they're running out of time with that guy.
Yeah, but I like how that's part of the story. Even he said it on that promo on Wednesday. He's like, I can't be here anymore. I can't be what because Ospreay was like, why did you leave? I need you, and and it's like I can't be what I was. So they're playing on those like heartstrings of like he's past his prime. Like Bret Hart likes to say, he turned into the old gunslinger. He's gonna go one more time. And I like all that stuff. All that shit, I eat it up, bro. It's good wrestling, bro. It's
But Vince, he puts you out to pasture like with the horses. Puts a gun to your head, finds a new horse.
That's right. He was always full of fucking metaphors, bro.
My favorite one's when he goes, when I hit him, that was a Stu Hart move. That was a Stu Hart move.
No, my favorite one was when he goes, they picked me to take the sword off the stone, bro.
When Hulk Hogan left, Bret Hart pulled the sword from the stone. That's what he said in third person.
What an egomaniac, bro.
I love him, bro. I love him for that. What about the Hogan documentary? He was a piece of shit.
So and then you also have the tag title situation with like Cope and Christian and the FTR and the Young Bucks. So
I enjoyed that match too. Yeah, I enjoyed that too. Take Ishida and Kyle Fletcher have a feud coming up.
That's gonna be great, bro.
That's interesting. The John Moxley training Will thing, I think they could have done better with it, but I do like this new aggressive Will Ospreay. I really do.
But what I like is that they keep on like teasing, like it's very subtle where they say you don't get nothing for nothing, right? That you like John Moxley is eventually gonna charge them in some way for that, for training him.
Give him a title shot.
And I'm thinking it's gonna be a title shot or like
it's like what Dust taught us at SummerSlam. Baby, nobody gives something for nothing. Remember, he said that.
Right, or what Arn Anderson said back in '95, bro. You don't make a deal with the devil, you know. And he made a deal with the devil when he turned. He
also told Ric Flair that same year, you've been hanging around so many women, you're starting to become one.
Yes, that was a classic line, bro.
He has a lot of them, bro. You take a gun and you shoot it right across the head, or whatever the fuck.
He's also the one that told us that what was it? A pat in the back is 18 inches for kicking the ass.
For kicking the ass, yep. That's a classic.
Anyways, so I like all they're pretty good right now, bro. And I love how MJF went on Hawani's podcast and he said it like, what could you say about us now? Like before it was the whole CM Punk thing and TK had made some mistakes but right now it's like you can't say shit. Like they're getting bigger, they're drawing again, you know, stuff like that. They have a good momentum. So I'm a big fan right now. I'm still planning on being there in England in late August. So we'll see. The only concern is that the tickets are not moving very good for that show, for that stadium show, unfortunately. They're like at 20,000.
You think they've run that building too much?
Yeah,
it's been a couple years,
and I think that even though they're hot right now, they're not that hot. You know, they're not hot enough to like put in like 50,000 in the stadium.
Well, they had Punk back then; they still had that big demographic, and he's not there anymore. So
right, and yeah. So, but even I was gonna say I never got to my point.
Yeah,
the big story of today's show was all the empty seats on the floor. Like they were all like. There was a whole.
You mean panel. Clash of Italy?
Yeah, Clash of Italy. Like there was a whole panel of yellow seats that never got filled, and I'm like, they didn't move those tickets. So we're starting to see like a decline of people buying tickets. I've been checking the numbers for the European tour. It's not as strong as it's been. You're talking about 6,000, 7,000 here. Like the 10,000, 12,000, you're not seeing them this time around. So it's interesting how I want to see how they're gonna adapt to that. You know.
Maybe make it more affordable. I mean, that's what I'm hoping for, but they're gonna avoid that as much as possible.
Well, because Mark Shapiro has been giving us a lot of information because I think he doesn't care.
No, he doesn't give a fuck.
He's just been saying shit that he shouldn't be saying publicly. He's like right now the audience is through a re-education process and they're just gonna have to suck it up and this is how it is. But we also have to just continue the plan and not you know. So he's pretty much saying that when push comes to shove, the fans need us more than we need them. That's what he's saying, which is not true. I think wrestling history will show that is not true.
That's a big mistake that he's making, bro.
Yes, it is. And people have said it. That's a
big mistake. So Xavier says, who had better game, Wilt Chamberlain or Ric Flair? First of all, brother, it's Flair, and Rick is that without the K. The correct answer to this question is TT Boy. TT Boy fucked 20,000 women. TT Boy once fucked for 48 hours straight with one bottle of water, according to what he said, bro. So
it's like the doppelganger for Frank Suarez, bro.
A little bit.
What is Frank Shamrock's middle name? It's not Wayne. We know
John Holmes. No, what did he say? Not John Holmes. He said, what did he say? The other guy's like, the other guy. He goes. Oh, you know, we're friends. I'll kick his ass though. Narcissism, bro.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna see what Frank Shamrock's middle name is.
I don't remember.
Because it's not. I hope it's not Wayne.
Yeah, and no Viagra too. Remember, he's Viagra Queens.
When I tell him Frank Shamrock's middle name, you're gonna be like, "Of course it is, bro." You ready? His name is Francisco Alicio Juarez, bro. Alicio, that's his middle name.
Alicio, bro. Of course.
Our boy Bobby Shamrock adopted all these kids from all over the world, bro.
All over, bro. He's trying to win an Academy Award with the multiracialness of I don't know what's got what's more multiracial, bro? The cast of the Odyssey or the Shamrock family? It's a movie about a Greek story, but there's no Greeks in the movie.
But I don't know if Ken Wayne would accept a trans person in his family, bro. He's pretty old school.
He's pretty old school.
I
am going to tell you, since we do this on this show a lot.
Slap me!
I'm going to tell you the chink joke.
He did fuck his sister, bro, so he doesn't care.
That's true. I'm going to tell you the chink joke that he told me recently when he found out that Lupita was playing whatchamacallit, Helen of Troy. Now Lupita's a great actress, but I don't think
hot. She has a nice body, bro.
I don't think she's the most beautiful woman on earth, though.
I think she has a nice body.
I'm not into her like that. And he goes, they should have just got Dennis Rodman. See, that popped me. That popped because I pictured Dennis Rodman dressed in the fucking. Remember when he used to wear the fucking the wedding gown?
Yes.
In the 90s.
Chinkster has only really popped me one time, bro. I'm still waiting for the big.
Was this the Stallone thing? Yeah. Is that what it was?
He comes into the room
because you were on the phone with me. That's why it pops
but I also heard the old Cardi wrestler groggly voice, bro.
Yeah,
when she had at like 12 years old, evidently.
Apparently, yeah, not as thick, but yeah, not as deep, but yeah.
Hey, since Stallone died.
It was a blood sacrifice. That's why the Expendables is popular now. That's what he said. Remember, he's into all that shit, bro. I got him into it.
All right, so no, I like Lupita, bro. I find her attractive and hot, but mostly hot.
Anne Hathaway is the wife, and she's more attractive to me.
I'm gonna give. Of course, she's white, bro. You're into that. Okay, but here's the thing. I'm gonna give you another fact, bro. I have a lot of them, and this is gonna blow your mind. And when you have time, I want you to Google this because I want you to hear her talk. Lupita, here it goes, bro. I'm gonna hit you with this.
If you're gonna talk about her past, I know about it already, but go ahead.
But she's Mexican, bro.
I know she's born in. I knew that already.
She's a Mexicana.
She was born in Mexico, but her parents are like from Africa, or her dad is.
So she speaks better fluent Spanish than Cain Velasquez, bro.
But not better than Vamp, or Sylvan Grenier or whatever. Who is it again? The guy who just beat up his girlfriend in Tampa, bro. What's his name again?
Oh no,
Kaiser.
Ludwig Kaiser.
Kaiser. Yeah, he speaks great Spanish, bro.
Martel Barthel, I think is his real name.
Right.
Wacky.
Yeah. The model Rick Martel beat up his girlfriend.
Over here. Remember when they were fucking with Jake?
Of course,
the
bro.
Brother Love Show, bro.
Of course. What happened to wrestling, bro? What happened to the business?
Bruce Prichard ate the DDT on the set.
That's right. He got laid out too, bro.
Bro, remember when he was sitting on the show? He was like, he told Jake, "I don't know how to take this," and Jake told him, "Just kick your feet back and you'll be okay."
He made it very easy for him, bro.
And that's what he did, bro. He kicked his feet back and he was fine.
I want to play this clip for you because Joe Murata's been dropping a lot of gems, bro. This is that podcast I told you about, right? Bobby Heenan is on fire in all of these, bro.
Buns I signed with.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
Okay, good. This popped me right here, bro.
Nice pair of buns I signed with a stripper named Kitty Litter.
Stop, that's not necessary.
Well, you asked me.
Sign your bun before you eat it.
It's gonna be hard to do without a mirror.
Let's see, he popped Gino, bro. I like when he pops Gino and Gino can't help it, bro. He popped Gino, bro. There's some good clips here, bro. Oh, this is to the centerfold, bro. That was the centerfold. Oh, the Raymond, bro. This is Raymond for the Alpha in Tampa.
I've seen this one. This from Royal Rumble 95.
Yeah, when Bundy says 444 pounds, I'm the dead-on favorite. This is the one, bro. I don't think you and I ever talked about.
This is with Skinner. When Skinner taps him in the back, says, "Excuse me."
No, right, but I don't think you and I talked about this on 30 for 30. I don't think you were even on that one yet.
But this is also Coliseum video. This is not
right, but I've got the Coliseum video still.
Home video exclusive. We are backstage at WrestleMania 9 at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada.
It's classic though.
Truly something.
And look at the comment right here from Geekdom 101. I miss the business.
Because
But I've got a
this
question.
is
Some of the things
Steve
that are
Kern
going on
just using
here.
his regular voice, bro. When he tells him, "Excuse me," like he's not even trying to hide it.
No, but there's everything about this is awesome, bro. Everything.
At WrestleMania, I could have sworn I saw Double.
Especially a human being claiming that there was supernatural action in real life.
Anybody in there? Hello? Hello?
What? What do you want?
Second.
Mad boy.
Pause it.
Well, wait a minute. Is anybody
Mad boy. What? What do you want?
We have to analyze this step by step. Okay.
We do.
Okay, wait a minute.
He
This
knocks.
has to make sense.
This is awesome.
So when Madborn answers the door,
What? Was he? Did he
no.
have a bowl?
but here's the deal: he knows that that's Steve Kern because he's already paranoid. Like he feels like they're onto him already, even though they're not. Because Mean Gene's an idiot. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So he play. He's already like, what? Oh, they busted me, and he's looking up and down like he's probably
What?
saying,
He's like, what? What do you want?
do they have cops around? Are the cops already here?
Hello?
What? What do you want?
What? What do you want? He moves his head like a cartoon character.
Point. Just a second.
What do you want?
Well, wait a minute.
Bro, and he
is anybody
pops
in there
when
with
Gene
you?
looks at his dick.
And did
Watch
you
him.
notice? And did you notice that he repainted his face? Because in the match, the paint was falling off.
Oh,
He had to
this or-
repaint.
Either this or knowing them, they taped this before the match.
They
bro.
may have taped it before the match.
Oh, wait a minute, bro.
There's nobody.
Rewind. He pops when he looks at his dick, bro.
Hello?
What?
Watch.
What do you want?
He's looking.
Watch. He popped. He looked at his dick.
Well, wait a minute. Is anybody in there with you?
There's nobody in here.
You know, I could have sworn I saw two of you guys.
Ah, Oakland, you don't know what you're talking about.
Wait a minute. Is this like the old days of the circus when 25 of you get out of the car?
Ah, you're getting smart. This ain't no circus.
Gosh. I could have sworn that I saw.
Oh,
Leave me alone. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this.
Hey, buddy, excuse me.
Hey, buddy, excuse me.
that's Steve Kerr. And Gene falls for it.
Whoa, whoa,
Oh,
whoa.
shit,
Wait a
bro.
minute.
No, but don't forget, there's a punchline at the very end because there has to be.
Here. You saw that. Hey. Huh. We'll get you back to more action. I'll get to the bottom of this, believe me. Open up, you two clowns.
Of course. Classic, bro. Oh, look.
thing,
See,
bro.
they have the same sense of humor that we do, bro. See,
Here's the
look.
thing. Let me say this,
Have you
bro.
seen
Stop,
Sapphire
pause it,
Baby?
pause it.
No, I haven't, Dust, but we're all still looking for her.
That pops you, bro. Go ahead.
Because Jim Dugan, okay, there's so much to unpack here, bro. First of all, Madborn I'm gonna dig deep into this. Madborn gets upset because he's actually doing an actual illegal criminal activity in that he hires another guy to play a clown.
Right,
He
to play himself.
He takes it as a personal insult that Gene, being an idiot, thinks that there's actually two doinks. He doesn't understand that Madborn is like, I hired another guy, you idiot, to play me. That's
But
what
there
he saw.
are two doinks.
Yeah, but Gene thinks it's two Madborns. That's the problem. And so,
Okay.
and that's what he says. What is this? The circus? And then oh, now you're getting
Are
smart.
20 of you gonna come out at the circus?
Now you're getting smart. And then because Madborn is thinking like a rational human being. Like, why does he not understand that I hired another guy to hide under the ring?
Well, wait a minute. Is anybody in there with you?
There's nobody in here.
Look,
You know, I could have sworn I saw two of you guys.
Ah, Oakland, you don't know what you're talking about.
Wait a minute. Is this like the old days of the circus when 25 of you get out of the car?
That's what he said.
Ah, you're getting smart. This ain't no circus.
Gosh. I could have sworn that I saw.
It's classic. It's right after. It's the pat.
Buddy, excuse me.
Look at his. No, did you see Gene's face, bro? Look at his face.
yeah, 'cause
Classic.
This is another Madborn.
The
He thinks
bug
it's two
eyes, bro.
Madborn.
Right. Hey, buddy, excuse me.
Whoa. Wait a minute.
And I like how he's polite, even though he was a heel, bro. See, that's what I miss about the business, shit like that, bro.
Now, going back to the Dusty one, what pops me is that Jim Duggan, Axa Jim Duggan, has to be a retard, but at the same time, this is a very emotional moment, so he has to try to act a little bit and have a little of Jim Dugan come out. You get a mixture of Jim Dugan and Jim Duggan, which pops me. Watch play
Hey,
it.
Axel, have you seen Sapphire Baby? No, I haven't, Dust, but we're all still looking for her.
It just that's it. Just a little cameo, and that's it.
And why would he carry the 2x4 like in his rear? Like you just carry.
This is the fucking sequence where it's the only time J.J. Dillon was on WWF TV and actually spoke.
WWF headquarters.
World headquarters.
Right now,
This is them at the WWF headquarters.
That President Jack Tunney.
That hang the phone up toots.
Thank you, Kathy. Very good.
They did this one with Gino as well, like a similar one. Where
Mr. Dillon,
There's J.J. Dillon, bro. I don't remember at all him being on TV, but he was.
what's going
What's
on?
going on there? No comment. You know, all these big shots.
For those who don't know, J.J. Dillon was the booker during this time.
They have a back way out. So
It obviously isn't to the office because it has the little panel right here, bro.
yeah, but we're not supposed to see that.
Yeah, well, Bobby Heenan's too dumb. He's too caught up in the Academy bit in World Wrestling Federation.
And there was a lot of them in the 80s.
hello.
And this is 93.
It's
Oh,
Yeah, this is the last one.
I'm sorry. No, wait a minute. I'm sorry.
just what I thought.
See, what happened to wrestling, bro? That right there was better than the entire pay-per-view today we saw.
So what do you think about AEW, bro, and where they're headed?
They're improving. I'm interested in their storylines. Not all of them, but I'm interested in some of them. They still have too many belts, but I mean, I'm interested in the Will thing, and I like MJF's work. I can't really say anything bad. Swerve, I'm a big mark for Swerve. By the way, today the main event topic, which we're going to get to it here in a little bit, is we're going to do a tier list of all the AEW champions. Are you ready to get that going?
No, there's a couple more topics I want to hit. We'll get there though. We'll
Okay.
I want to talk about the sale of New Japan because it's a big story.
Yes. Okay. One last thing before we do that. The story of John said, just came back from watching Obsession, one of the best theater experiences I've had.
Okay,
Well-
that's a great movie.
Tell us what the theater experience was. Was it, because I had loud people in back rooms, bro, and that pissed me off. But Obsession was cool. People were laughing because there are some funny parts of it. So, anyways, go ahead. You were saying
I will
about
say
the New Japan.
Okay, so I haven't asked you about Grogu and the Mandalorian or the Mandalorian and Grogu. Like I haven't asked you because I didn't like that movie at all. I thought it was a waste of time.
It felt like a waste of time. I didn't hate it like you did, but it felt like a waste of time.
I felt like I was, I don't know, and they've talked about it both. First of all, as I think I've gone on record, I think Filoni's he's not a good leader to take the Star Wars name into the next whatever level or whatever. Never liked the guy. I think he's an animation guy. I think he's pushing his own characters. I've said that 1,000 times. He doesn't really know how to tell a story outside of the animation genre, and it's different than doing a serialized TV show or even a movie. And so good luck there. I know a lot of people didn't like Kathleen Kennedy towards the end, but if you know about movies, if you know about cinema, you understand the history. You understand that she was a very competent woman. She was one of the greatest producers of all time, working with some legendary filmmakers. Not to say that I'm not defending her with Star Wars because she made a lot of mistakes. Lord knows she made a shitload of mistakes. But to give it to Filoni really concerns me. I understand the rationale because Jon Favreau stated that he couldn't do something connected to the show because he didn't want people to be confused that don't watch the show. So I get it.
Even though he fucking confused everybody by having Grogu get back with fucking Mando in another show.
Correct. That's a whole other story, but that was all fucked up. And that's
Yes.
Bob Rodriguez, by the way. That's when I lost respect for Bob Rodriguez. But maybe he didn't have that kind of power.
I don't know, yeah.
Okay, so, but I will say one thing that was pretty awesome about Mandalorian and Grogu, bro. That when you're watching in the theater, like I was in the Dolby Cinema, that fucking score, bro, like
It's very unique.
I mean, it was awesome, bro. Like,
It didn't sound like John Williams at all. It wasn't, but I mean, it's definitely unique. It was unique flavor.
It sounded like.
And this is the first Star Wars
Ennio
movie to ever have
Morricone
opening
had
credits. They
it
had
sounded
opening
like the
credits.
shit that like a lot of these French directors use. Like it was very like synthy, right? Like
Yeah, point. Yeah, very spacey.
Now, what do you think? The part that's controversial about this film is what do you think about the part where Mondo is not around? That's the
Or
part that
it becomes the Grogu movie with Babu Frick or whatever. That
yeah,
one.
but also there's really no dialogue for a good 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, there's no dialogue for a while. I mean, I said it in my review, and other people were saying it, and I didn't really understand what they meant, but I understand after watching it. There's no question that this movie was supposed to be like 3 episodes or 2 episodes, and they mushed them together. Because when Gamma the Hutt or whatever his name was, the new one, right? I like that character. When he fucking dips, you could tell that was like the end of an episode. Then the movie keeps going, and I'm like, okay, so this is the second episode, and it becomes the Grogu story. So you could tell if that's what they were doing, right? But to me, like, yeah, I didn't have an issue with there not being any dialogue. I don't know, it didn't really bother me all that much. But I will say that the movie feels very inconsequential. I didn't hate it. I actually thought it was a fun little adventure, bro. But like, it wasn't anything special at all. And I think a lot of people were expecting the first Star Wars movie in theaters since 2019, since Rise of Skywalker, to mean more. But I think people were expecting to see Luke and Ahsoka and all these characters when it wasn't. It was just about the Mandalorian and Grogu. And it was just, I don't know, man. But here's the thing. I'm going to give them credit for this one. Star Wars was based on the classic Flash Gordon serials. This movie felt like one of those. So I respect that. And I think Favreau knows that. I think that's what he was going for. Classic, like, you know, Saturday morning shit. But I think people were expecting more. And maybe it wasn't the right move. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's the lowest drawing Star Wars movie in history.
I was going to say that it's not doing very well at all. Obsession, these other movies
Obsession's
from YouTubers.
dethroned it, bro, which is weird.
Well, that's what I'm saying. YouTubers are doing better than Star Wars.
In the second week, I don't know if you know this, but most movies, I would say like 90%.
They drop off.
Yeah, and Obsession went up.
Yeah, well, because word of mouth is spreading, bro.
Yeah, but it went up high enough to dethrone a Disney movie. That was weird.
No, not just Disney movie, it's Star Wars. But, I mean, real shit, bro, this all goes back to how they fucked up the sequel trilogy. The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker, they never recovered from that. I think there was an opportunity to recover from that. I don't think they took it. And I think that...
I think you're going to say Return of the Jedi like Robert Burnett.
No, I don't agree with that. I think... I feel... that that The Last Jedi, like, genuinely has put Star Wars in an irrecoverable space. I think that I don't know if they can ever go back. I'm not saying they'll never draw again. I'm saying I don't know if they're ever going to go back to being like what they were before the MCU, like the biggest movie thing. I think those days are gone.
But also, you might be right, but not even so much because they've been sucking, which they have. I also think they never created new fans, bro. Like, I'll give you an example with Dragon Ball, right? Any entertainment business that has an IP, you gotta continuously create new stars. The father takes the son takes their son, and so on and so forth. Like for example, when Dragon Ball came back, what was it for Super, right? Super
2015.
It got over huge, bro. There was new fans that were created because of that series. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it did its job. It created a whole new generation of fans. I know that because it came back to me, and if it comes back to me, somebody that's completely disconnected, I know that it got over.
It didn't sell itself out like what Star Wars did.
But what I'm trying to say is that Star Wars never... You don't hear the kids talking about it, bro. The only people that talk about it are the people that are still holding on to hope that are from our generation. Maybe a little younger than us, but not a lot younger than us. So
no, the kids are talking about fucking Obsession. That's what they're talking about now. I see them on Instagram.
Even our chat right now, like, it warms my heart that people want to keep on bringing up movies instead of... I mean, I could talk about wrestling or movies, but there's people that are invested in what's happening with movies right now. I mean... Movies are back, bro. I will say that, and I'm now that I go to the theater every week, and every week you see more and more people show up. I think it started with Michael. Michael was a movie that brought a lot of people back.
I thought you were going to say Mario Galaxy because that one also did well.
Yeah, even though it sucked, I hated that movie. I really hated that movie just because the first one was so well done. So, anyways, So yeah, so people want to talk about movies because they're good again, but unfortunately, Star Wars wasn't that good, and I don't know if it's ever gonna come back. Now there is the Starfighter coming out next year, and it has Ryan Gosling in the lead role, so that one might get old.
That's already coming out next year?
Yeah, it's a big movie, bro. That's gonna be the big tentpole of next year. But I think that one's gonna get the real Star Wars push, bro. Like because that's an original movie and it has Ryan Gosling in it. I don't think it's part of the Skywalker saga either.
No, I don't. They're done with the Skywalker saga, bro.
No, they're not, bro. You haven't heard the announcement? They announced 9, 10, no.
10, 11, and 12? When
official.
did they announce that? No, I did not hear about that.
Let me look it up.
When the fuck did they announce that?
Hold on, bro. I'm gonna give you the information. Type in a Google director for episodes 10, 11, and 12.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Is it
Movie Web
Kingberg?
said what?
I think it's Kingberg, the one that's doing.
There's an officially new untitled Star Wars film in development by Lucasfilm that effectively serves as Episode 10. Often referred to by the working title New Jedi Order, is set 15 years after the events of the Rise of Skywalker.
But tell me who's gonna write and direct it if it gives you that information.
It just says Daisy Ridley, but I thought this movie was canceled, bro. Isn't this the one with Charmin Obai Chinoy? Didn't that get canceled?
No. All right, hold on. I'm looking. So Star Wars New Trilogy continues. It says here.
Yeah, I thought that was the same thing that got canceled already with the chick, bro, that didn't do well.
No. That's a whole nother thing.
Daisy Ridler, bro. Denny Louise' favorite.
So you haven't seen Spider Noir, huh? Which is amazing, by the way.
No, I didn't even know it came out.
It's a great show, bro. You're gonna like it. I know what you like, and you're gonna like. If you like Daredevil, you're gonna like this show. It's fucking Nicolas Cage, bro.
Nicolas Cage, yeah.
But you know what surprised me? How much action it has, dude. Like they put a lot of action. It's not like because it's like a noir, and I thought noirs are very like slow and methodical, but this is like
right.
There's a lot of action. It has a good cast. It has good villains.
Okay, here we go. Star Wars episodes 10 to 12 are reportedly the focus for Lucasfilm, May 30th. So that must be Simon Kinberg.
Yeah,
is writing
Simon Kinberg. Yes. Who sucks? I'm not a fan of that guy. He did. Remember, bro? He did X-Men Apocalypse.
He didn't. What was the Star Wars movie that he wore? Wasn't he JJ's partner for a while, Simon Kinberg?
No, he does his own thing.
Okay, it says episode 10. Oh, of the Skywalker saga. So they're gonna bring back fucking Kylo and all these fucking.
That's why I asked you if Starfighter was part of it because I wasn't sure, but then I remember that they already announced 10, 11, and 12. So this is probably gonna drop in 2029 at the earliest, episode 10.
At the earliest, because that's still very close, bro. And they shouldn't rush it like last time.
Well, no. Well, hopefully, if Simon King, if this is his vision, we're gonna get a real story, not a fucking half of other shit.
Well, that's what we're hoping for, but I mean, we'll see. That Star Wars Episode 10 could bring people back out of curiosity, but the movie has to deliver. It has to that one has to be like universally praised. So he's better make sure he puts everything into that one, you know. The 10. So you said you wanted to discuss the New Japan sale.
Oh yes. So this is a big story that dropped a couple days ago. Kidani, who was the owner of New Japan, who worked for Bushi Road, I think it's called.
Sakakibara should be the owner, bro, so we can get Hard Gay back in there.
He announced that he officially sold New Japan to TV Asahi. So
Asahi.
So TV Asahi. So that means that they become the
which is where Pride used to air.
Right, and which already owns the stake of New Japan. They've always owned the stake of New Japan. So they've sold to TV Asahi officially.
Who owns more, them or the Yakuza?
For $20 million. And it's interesting because we got to think back to the legacy of the Bushi Road era, which started in 2012 and it just ended in 2026. All things considered, I mean, I think it was very successful. I think when they bought it from Anoki-san, it was on his deathbed, if you remember. 2012 was bad. And they got very lucky in that they had the ascension of Okada, of Tanahashi, of Naito.
Kenny Omega and Jericho.
The Gaijins came in and they really did a lot, like Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay later on. they really had good fortunes in their roster that they were able to build, but also the booking was good. I mean, Ghetto and Jetto really did a good job as bookers when they were brought in 2012. So I think what ended up happening with New Japan, the reason why they ended up having to sell and they saw the lay of the land was that AEW starting was bad for them, right? Because AEW kind of took everyone, and so did WWE. I mean, they took Nakamura, they took AJ, they took fucking
Evil. They have Evil now.
Anderson and Gallows, they took Evil, you know, who finally
Evil,
married
bro.
Io Sky, even though they've been together forever.
Evil,
And so,
bro.
but that's not his name. That should have been his name,
They should have been.
but that's not, unfortunately. So, anyways, I don't know. I just got nostalgic about, because I remember just how bad it was and how much of a good job. Like, to me, I guess the lesson to me with New Japan is if you have a good leadership around you and you know what you're doing, you could save companies. Like, you could get them out of the depths of hell, you know, because that's where they were at.
So what do you think this means for the future of the company, though?
I think it's going to be a feeder system. It has to be, right? Because they cannot compete with the salaries of AEW or WWE.
Right.
So I think I first of all, their mistake was that they never replaced the old stars, which is a lesson that WWE needs to learn, but they're not learning. Fucking stupid. Going back to fucking beating Obafemi. They need to. New Japan never created new stars, and so what happened is that when the old stars left, the crowd started dwindling. I also think that New Japan relied on the house show business, which is an outdated business that no longer works. You know, you can't be successful on house shows anymore. You need big TV contracts. So all that combined, it was time for them to move on, you know, and they were able to sell. And so we'll see what happens. I think they're going to be a feeder system. I think with TV Asahi is going to be cheap programming, kind of like how TNA is owned by Anthem, you know. So
You mean by TKO? That's really who owns them.
Yeah. So they're going to just be cheap programming going forward for the television, you know, to keep the television going. And we'll see, but man, I'm happy that I was able to live through a time when New Japan was in its glory period, a second glory period besides the 90s, because I didn't think we were going to see that. And we saw so many great matches. I was able to go to a lot of great New Japan shows in my time.
Me too.
I actually went to the very first. This is a big deal when it happened. This is when that one girl dumped me, because remember I went to that show.
Was that when you called me at 2 a.m?
Well, it was 2 on your side. I was driving back from Vegas.
From Vegas, that's right.
So in
That was a weird night.
This was 2016. So New Japan Pro Wrestling announced their first ever American tour. They had never done this, folks. This is new. So I went to Las Vegas because I just couldn't miss this. I didn't know that this girl that I was dating, her mom's birthday was like the same weekend, because cluster Bs don't communicate. So they just punished me for something I was just supposed to know. I'm supposed to be a mind reader.
That's right. That's right.
So I went to the show, and I had a great time. That was the first time I saw Okada in person, Tanahashi in person. I'm talking about like 2 feet away from me. So I was marking out. And then Ring of Honor also took their guys, because it was a joint show. Because for the people that forget, Ring of Honor and New Japan used to work together all the time. That's how they came to this country.
Right. They had that show Border Wars, I think it was, and they would always do like versus matches and shit.
Right. They also jointly worked together for that Madison Square Garden show that I was at.
That's right. The I forgot what it was called. It was like, what was it called?
Danny Kingdom was not at that show. That's what
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. It was something. Wasn't it like Kingdom, like America King? It was
Kingdom. As long as they don't fire the guy that does the intros, I'm okay, bro. Tanahashi,
Hiroshi. Yeah.
So, anyways, so I went to that show. I had a great time. Drank some beer, something that I don't do anymore. I only drink water now. And then when I came back, yeah, that chick called me, and then she just kind of ended things with me. And then I called you because I had to kill time. I was on the road for 3 hours. And then we just had a long talk for 3 hours until I made it back home. But that was a trippy night. But anyways, that was the first show that New Japan. Yeah, and Mariachi. Oh, shit. Okay. I don't know you were in here. The Long Beach shows we went to, because I went with El Mariachi, by the way. Yeah, that was cool. So
I want to play this. I want to play this for you, and I want you to tell me if this is relatable. Okay?
it's a cartoon, so I already don't respect it.
It's Family Guy, but let me know if this relates to you or if you've ever been in this situation before.
Hey, Tyler, you on your way to algebra?
Yeah, I'll see you there.
You're awful!
The preceding joke was brought to you by men.
Men, we don't know what we did.
Where do you find this shit, bro?
Well, a friend of mine sent that to me, and I was curious about what you thought about that.
Well, that's what I went
Because-
through that night.
Yeah, well, that's why it reminded me. But you've been in that situation before, right? So-
I called you, we had a good time, and then that was it. I mean, she called again a couple times, but that was the end of that. You know?
Right. But here's what's fascinating about that clip. So a buddy of mine is doing a social experiment with that clip. So every guy that watches that clip says the same thing. I've been there. I don't know what he did wrong. But you know what he told me? He said every time he shows that clip to a woman, the woman's like, well, of course she got mad. She wanted him to walk her to class. And I'm like,
Men are from Venus, women are from Mars, bro.
but bro, when he said that, I was like, holy shit. Like that. And he says that every single woman he's shown that clip to is the same thing. Well, obviously she wanted him to walk her to class. And I'm just like, holy shit. There's no way that he would have known that. There's just no way, dude. And that's fascinating to me. Just keeping it real. It's fascinating. We need to have a real social experiment with that clip, or you should do it in your practice.
I already deal with a lot of social experiments.
I'm sure. So do you want to get to the AEW tier list?
No, I want to do one more thing that I was gonna really quick. I was just thinking about this the other day, and I was like, I'm gonna challenge myself, especially because I know where I'm gonna fuck up, and then that's where the game will end. So I want the chat to help me out here a little bit, not a lot, and I want you to help me out. You could even pull it up if you want. What I'm gonna do right now, and this reminded me because of the tier list. I'm gonna name out of just the top of the old noggin every Intercontinental Champion up until I can't do it anymore.
I know exactly when you can't do it anymore.
I know exactly where I can't do it anymore either.
1999, because that's where I stop.
Oh, you too? Okay. I thought you
Yeah, because when you start going into Gold Dust and Godfather and shit, that's when I'm like, you know.
Okay, so I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go through it quick. So we had.
Hold on, let me look up. Let me pull up the history so I can see. You know. Hold on. Just give me 1 second here. I mean, we know who the first champion was and how he got it, bro. 16 men, and Pat was on top of all of them, according to what Jerry Stupid Lawler said.
So the first one would be Pat Patterson, which I believe you stated that is the only homosexual man you respect, right?
No, I said that's one of the many homosexuals I respect. Remember, Freddie Mercury, bro. Remember, I mentioned him.
But not Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, so now you're saying he is homosexual?
No, I'm not saying anything. I'm saying you punished him.
I did punish him. Yeah. And deservedly so. All right, so go ahead and begin.
Yeah, Pat Patterson. Then it was not Pedro Pascal, but Pedro Morales, if I remember correctly.
You already lost, bro.
Hold on. Pat Patterson, okay? Then Don Morocco? No, it was Pedro Morales.
You're forgetting one guy. And this aired.
Pat Patterson, not Don Morocco, not Pedro Morales. All right, tell me that guy.
Ken Patera.
Fuck!
And he had it for 231 days, bro.
Then it was Morales, right?
Then it was Morales.
Okay, let me go from here. Fuck. Okay, Morales. Then it was Morocco. Then I think it was Morales again. Then it was Morocco again. Then it was Chico Montana's.
That's right, bro. Right off the Rio Grande.
Then it was Greggy Valentine, the man that doesn't like black people.
That's right.
What does that pop you, bro?
Because it's Greg Valentine. I'm going to smear your nasty black face in the mat.
Who's your favorite comedian of all time again?
My favorite comedian of all time?
Yeah, the one that has all those racist jokes, bro. You said it on this show, like
Jeff Ross is my favorite comedian. He's a roaster. But he roasts everybody, bro.
Okay, so I said Valentine. Then it was Santana again, I remember that because then it was the son of the miser,
right?
Over in Boston.
For
whatever reason that at the Boston Garden on Prism Television, bro.
That's right, bro. No, it wasn't. No, Prism was Philadelphia. Yeah, Boston was NESN.
Okay, very ND right there, bro. So then it was Randy Savage, Randy Poffo, son of the miser.
Yep.
Then it would be Dickie Steamboat at WrestleMania 3.
In front of 93,173 people, bro.
The man that was fucking girls half his age, according to Dave, up to like a year ago. Then it
was respectable.
Then it was a hunky tonky man about
That's
3
right.
months because Dickie went up to Vinny and said, "I need time off to be with my kid," and then he just made him lose the belt, which is pretty fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was the man that said, in the '88 SummerSlam, it was the man that said that queering makes the world go around.
No, queering does not make the world work. You always say it wrong.
It was the Warrior, as he would be known.
The first clip I ever saw of pro wrestling, right there.
Warrior.
Remember I told you Warrior beating Honky is the first thing I ever saw when I was a kid.
Then he didn't even get him off of his jumpsuit, bro. Honky never got out of his jumpsuit.
That's right. He jumped him, bro. It wasn't cool.
Then that took us all the way to WrestleMania 5, where Dickie Rude won the belt. Remember, this is the guy that was in the back seat smoking a joint.
Mm-hmm.
And then Steve
Stop
Austin was
fucking cussing. Stop saying the Lord's name in vain. That's what it was. Stop saying the fucking Lord's name in vain with the blunt in his hand.
And then at SummerSlam '89, Warrior beat him again because of Roddy Toombs coming out and showing Dickie his ass.
Remember though, SummerSlam '88 is the only show where the crowd attendance got bigger and bigger as it went along. Because first Superstar says it was 15,000, then 20, then 25, then 30,000 people. He said the number kept going up as the show progressed.
That's right.
The building somehow got bigger.
Then it was a big lie because they promoted as title for title. That means that had Hulk Hogan won the match, he was supposed to defend the Intercontinental title. But even the Warrior won the world title, he was forced to vacate the Intercontinental title, which was won by one Mr. Perfect Henny.
That's right, in the tournament.
I believe he beat either Tito Santana. He beat him in the final.
The final, yes.
Then Vinny finally got his wish, and he was able to sign one of the Atkinson brothers, Kerry, this time around.
Mm-hmm.
And because Brutus the Barber Beefcake was being an idiot and slammed into a pole in a boat, Kerry got the shot at SummerSlam '90, one of your favorites. And he beat Mr. Perfect.
He went back up into the clouds with the Intercontinental Championship belt.
And then Vinny found out right away that Kerry was not reliable. So because he was always high on that cocaine or whatever the fuck, and he scratched his armpit with a blade and started bleeding all over the place.
That's right.
Super Clash '88.
Super Clash 3.
So he
87.
So he put Kerry in this weird house show program with Ted DiBiase, where on TV, Ted DiBiase ended up being the timekeeper for a match with Kurt Hennig, and then Kurt Hennig beat Mr. Perfect once again.
On the Superstars, yes, on Superstars.
Yes. And then, if I remember correctly, Hennig kept it all the way up to SummerSlam '91. I don't want to. Was there a title change anywhere in there? Don't tell me. All right, so 80.
All I know is that Bruce Hart was at that SummerSlam.
Okay, so SummerSlam 91, Bret Hart defeats Kurt Hennig, and then he sends Kurt Hennig into semi-retirement.
Right, the LOL, bro.
The Lloyds of London, by the way. So then Bret Hart, he starts having negotiations with Vinny, where Vinny thinks he's gonna jump ship. And
I thought he had a fever.
No, that's bullshit, bro.
I know.
Then
Bullshit.
he drops the title to the Mountie, one of our boys, Jocks Rougeau Jr. Well, he's not a junior, bro. Where did I get that from?
No, he's junior.
Oh, he is a junior.
His dad is Jacques Rougeau Sr., the real alpha.
The man that saved the man in a helicopter. Bro.
No, that's Ray. Raymond did that, bro.
Man, these guys are all superheroes,
They're
bro.
all alphas, bro. So do you remember what city it was that Brett dropped the title?
All right, it was in Albany because that was where Roddy.
That was the Rumble, yeah.
Hold on, don't tell me.
It was 2 days before at a house show.
No, I don't, bro. Tell me. When you tell me, I'm gonna get so pissed.
Springfield.
Okay, goddamn. Syracuse.
Yeah. It's right around there, yeah.
All right, so then Brett, the Mountie beats Brett, and then Roddy Toombs beats the Mountie, and then at WrestleMania 8, because Roddy Toombs doesn't want to cheat with the bell, Bret Hart beats him.
Gets a clean pin on him too, which is rare.
In a spot that would be revisited with Steve Austin and Bret at Survivor Series 96. And then the British Bullshit beats Bret at SummerSlam 92.
I'm fooked.
The unfooked story, which his ex-wife denies now. And then
I believe Bret.
That's a bold statement, bro. He bullshits a lot. And then the British Bullshit ended up having too much juice in him, and him and Warrior would get fired before that Saturday's main event, and he would drop the belt to Shawn Michael Hickenbottom. And then people think they're gonna get me with this one, but I remember this match, and they never get me. In May, Mark Jannetty comes back into the territory, and they have an amazing match on Raw where he beats Shawn Michaels for the title.
Yeah, big shocker.
And then Shawn regains it when he introduced a 7-footer. Who is this guy? We don't know. He didn't have a name for a while.
Very charismatic, man. Do you remember the town?
Was it Syracuse?
No, but it's in that area.
Hold on. Was it White Plains? What is it? What was the town?
Albany, bro. Albany. Same place that the Rumble
say.
happened. Yeah.
The Knickerbocker Arena, bro.
The Knickerbocker Arena, yes.
And then this is during the Shawn Pancakes and Pills era. So
that's right.
Him and Vinny go at it. I've heard different stories. He failed the drug test or the contract dispute, however the case may be. Shawn did what he loves to do, and that's leaving the territory without dropping titles. So he leaves the territory for a little bit. And then Razor Ramon.
Not hard gay.
No, and then the Model would have a battle royal on Raw where there were the last two remaining. And then the next week on Raw, AE, a couple hours later, if you were there live, they would have a match, and then Razor Ramon would win the Intercontinental title.
That's it.
Razor Ramon would hold it
for a while.
He would defend it. Then he finally merged it at WrestleMania 10. But then the following month on a TV taping, Kevin Diesel Nash would beat Razor Ramon for the title.
Kevin Diesel Nash, bro. That's a new one. 2 weeks later.
Isn't that his name, bro? Well, I don't know what that.
And guess where that title change happened,
Albany,
bro?
New York.
No, Rochester, which is right near it. But yeah.
Damn, bro. And then from there, Razor would get his rematch at SummerSlam 94, where he would have Sweetness Walter Payton, who's no longer with us.
That's right, the Alpha.
And then Shawn broke his hand around this time, and then he was doing the Heartbreak Hotel because he couldn't work. But he bumped more than anybody in that fucking match did. That was a great match.
And he was tag team champion, remember? They won it. No, it was the night before. They had a house show in Indianapolis the night before, and they won the title.
That's right. Maybe
from
on
the Head
show,
Shrinkers.
You could do the tag title lineage, and I'll do in another show because I think I could carry that one a while too.
Tag title's more difficult for me, but yeah.
Yes, no, for me too, actually.
Because the '80s had a lot of title changes.
That's right. So Razor, he beats.
Yep, he got it back. Yep, that was before Hit the Brick. It was the first incorrect super kick.
Now here's another part where it's gonna get confusing for me, but please don't penalize me for this. this is around the time they also started doing house show changes of the Intercontinental title. So I'm gonna get a little confused here.
There were a couple.
But I think Razor carried it all the way to the Rumble 95, where Jeff Jarrett beat him
in Tampa.
Where he was an idiot. This guy was an idiot, folks, because he actually won the match. No, he lost the match via
count out. Yeah.
And then Jeff Jarrett started getting in his head, and this idiot, he was full of machismo, I guess you could say, and he decided to accept the rematch, and then Jeff beat him. So then this is where the house shows thing starts. So then Razor beat him again at a house show, and then he regains it. But before that,
no, they're missing something before that.
No, there was a situation. They got stupid with Bob Howard, bro. Bob Howard.
Yeah, it was. Go ahead.
So they did a disputed finish on Raw, and and the title was disputed. It wasn't. It was up for grabs.
It wasn't Raw, but yeah.
Okay, was it Superstars?
No. This is when they were trying to get the Action Zone over, so it was on the Action Zone. It was during a TV taping in Moline, Illinois, and they shot both matches, right? But it was a week apart in like when we were watching it, but it was all shot in one night.
Okay, and then so then they had that whole thing, and then finally Jeff won it back. Yeah, and then one of our favorite shows of all time, bro, from Nashville, Tennessee.
Wait, you're forgetting the Razor. You were going to talk about the Razor house show thing.
House show switch with Razor and Jeff somewhere in there as well.
Right. Do you remember the gimmick match?
The ladder match?
It was a ladder match. Yeah. Okay. Do you know what town?
No, bro. Come on.
Montreal, bro.
I'm not that empty.
Where the Rougeaus are from. And then here's one for you. So, do you know the town where Jeff Jarrett won it back?
Toronto?
No, some town called Trois Rivieres. It's supposed to be somewhere in Quebec.
That beta Denny Lewis, I'm sure knows.
No, not Denny. What's his name, bro? Are you doing Baby?
Jr.?
No, man. The guy who wrote Mad Dogs, Midgets.
Pat LaPrati.
Pat LaPrati, bro. We've had him on the show a couple times.
Or what was the name? What was it? George St. Pierre would also be.
Yeah, him too. All right,
a villain in Captain America, by the way.
That's right. So after that, then what? Where are we at?
Then where Jeff Jarrett loses the belt in the Nashville, bro, in your house too.
And then gets into a fight with Road Doggy Dog, bro.
But remember, that was also the night where they sing "With My Baby Tonight" live.
That's right. That's right. I did it better.
With what's his name, bro? The ND guy that wrote all their music, Jim Johnston. He's on the guitar.
Hell yeah, he better be.
And then, so then Sean remember, let's go back. Sean doesn't like to drop titles, folks. So then Sean gets beat up by one Marine, but he said it was 18 Marines. But from everything we hear, it was one Marine that was 100 pounds soaking wet. Knocks him right out. But
he didn't throw him in the back of his truck though and drive him to Eddie Graham's house. That didn't happen.
Unfortunately, bro. So he drops the belt to Dino Douglas, bro, on that show.
In Your House 4, bro.
And then because Dino Douglas is already getting rear end inserted anally by the Click at this point, Razor Ramon just decides to take the belt from him that same night, which is fucked up if you ask me.
I like how you said Razor Ramon decided, bro. Remember when he won the title, he goes.
But he doesn't do this, bro. He doesn't do this like Jake.
Yeah. That's right.
What happened?
Remember, he's looking at his own hands too. He's like,
all right,
he's counting. All right, so Razor Ramon got it back, right?
Razor Ramon gets it back in late '95, and then Goldust. Now you answered me this, bro. Goldust said that he wanted a shot of machismo. What does that mean? Did he want Razor to fuck him?
I think it's male reproductive juice, bro. I think that he wanted love mayonnaise. That's what I think.
But so did Pat Patterson. Why do you respect one and not the other?
Wait, who do I not respect?
Goldust.
No, I respect him.
Oh, now
they call him the natural. Okay,
so Goldust beats Razor Ramon.
That's right.
Royal Rumble '96 because the Kid comes in and gives him a wacky kick in the back of the head.
Yes.
And then he would wear a diaper the following month, but I digress. So then after Goldust beats Razor Ramon, then Ahmed Johnson gets very upset. Now here's where it gets weird, folks. This is where wackiness happens.
You missed one again.
Oh shit. Oh,
But it was weird though.
The Savio Vega one.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
They had the title up for grabs again because there was a disputed finish.
Yeah. And then Goldust got it back the next week. It's the same thing, bro. They taped it all in one night.
Stupid. It was all stupid. Look.
Yeah.
And then so there was this thing.
So
where,
then Ahmed didn't like his dick being touched.
Oh.
We can't blame him for that. Though.
Well, by a man, you mean? Because when
by him, of course, bro.
Okay, but here's the deal, folks. This is where it gets wacky. And let's mention this was real life.
He kicked. He fucking tackled him through a door.
Goldust made an effort to save this man's life. Without Goldust being there to provide mouth-to-mouth resuscitation,
That's right.
This man would have been dead. Okay.
He'd rather die than kiss a man.
But when
I get it.
When he wakes up and they tell him how he came back to life, he throws the biggest tantrum and he fucks the shit out of Goldust. Essentially, it's a gay bashing on live television.
Yeah, but it reminds me of recently I was watching Fleece Johnson clips. He's out of prison, and one of the videos says, "Does Fleece Johnson consider himself gay?" And one of the things that pops me about all these prison guys that like do anal sex with men and they fuck men is that they always say they're not gay. Every single time they're like, I don't really consider myself gay or anything. I was just it's always some excuse every time. No, I'm not really gay. I just, fell in with the crowd. No, bro, you're gay. You had a dick in your ass. You put a dick and lo and behold, I watched the video and he's like, I don't know if I call myself gay, but we experimented. I'm like, of course.
So anyway, Ahmed got very upset because his life was saved by a gay man who gave him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
It was all mind games, bro. In your house, mind games.
So that takes us into the King of the Ring 96, where Ahmed defeats Goldust for the title. Now, what happened was that on the other side, you had a guy coming in from ECW known as Ron Simmons.
Farouk Assad, bro.
Who was short for Farouk Assad. Now, Farouk Assad came in and
he converted to Islam, bro, like fucking MVP did.
With the casco, bro. He had a casco on him.
That's right.
So
the modern day gladiator or whatever.
So this is when he punts Ahmed's kidney, right?
Something like that, yeah.
So Ahmed has to forfeit the Intercontinental Championship belt heavyweight title of the world. And so then they have a tournament, and one of our favorites, Mizark Mark Morrow,
and he won with the fucking
with the shooting star press, bro.
That's right.
With the wild thing,
the wild thing. That's right.
So Mark Morrow wins the belt. Now this is where it gets a little weird for me. And then Hunter Homo Levex wins it from him, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. No, you're right, bro.
Okay.
This was the whole Mr. Perfect thing. Remember?
So Hunter Homo Levex wins the belt from Mark Morrow, and then there's a young up and comer that they have faith in, that they feel will be the next big star.
A blue chipper.
He has a pineapple head. He beats Hunter Homo Levex on Raw Thursday Raw or Thursday Raw
Thursday from Lowell, Massachusetts. Bro.
Yeah, which was taped on a Monday, bro. It was just literally a tape show. Maybe it was the dog show or whatever. Raw went to the dogs. Remember they used to always say that, bro?
Yeah, I think it was the dog show. Yeah.
I heard Sable now. And then okay, so we have the
Rocky Maivia.
And then Owen, the King of Hearts Heart.
The Rocket King, as Gino would call him. He's the only guy that ever called him the Rocket King. The Rocket King.
Owen, the King of Hearts Heart beats Dwayne DJ because the experiment was over, folks. At least that phase. And then
so his name should be Dwayne the Rocky Maivia Johnson. That should be his name, bro. Like Joe Roman Reigns.
Where do we put Flex Cavana at?
I don't know. Too much. It's too much to think about, bro. It's like Raul Fernando Estevez or whatever.
Yeah, if he had 1,000 names, so could The Rock, bro.
So the Rocket King. That's what the last one you said.
The Rocket King beats Dewey.
Right.
And then after the Rocket King, so then he has it for a while, and then Steve Anderson has a shot at SummerSlam '97.
The worst cradle in history.
And then
Heart and Soul, bro.
And
You
then
just watched that one.
That's right. I love that name and the poster. So then Steve Anderson gets dropped on his head like he did to Masama Chono back in '91, but he never talks about that. He's a bitch. And then Owen never apologized, and then he died. But that's a story for another day. And so then Steve Anderson beats him. Now, here's where you're going to have to help me out a little bit. Then Dwayne gets it without pinning Steve, and then Steve throws it into the river. But why was he forced to give it up?
No. Austin vacated it because of his neck injury.
Is that on television? Is that what they said on television?
Yes, and that's legit what happened. Then they did a tournament, and Owen won it from Farouk.
No, wait a minute. So the whole thing, Fire on Vince, that wasn't a title change?
What do you mean Fire
right
on
after,
Vince?
Okay, when Austin throws it, remember, it belongs to Dwayne.
No, but that's later. We haven't got there yet. You jumped ahead. You missed the entire Owen Hart second reign. Remember, Austin beat Owen Hart for the belt again at Survivor Series in like 2 minutes. You remember that?
That's right. I do remember that. Okay, you're right.
Well, now you remember.
He beats him for the title.
Then Austin hands the belt to The Rock because he wants to go in the Rumble, and that's where The Rock gets it in December of '98, or '97. Remember, he wanted to go in the Rumble.
But wasn't the Commissioner Slaughter upset because didn't Austin did something to D'Lo at D-Generation X the night before?
I know he put him through a car, but I do remember Austin just gave him the belt and said, "Here, you can have it. I'm going for the world title," which kind of buried that belt. But that's what happened.
I think the reality is that that's when Austin didn't want to do jobs anymore. So
he was on his way up, so I get it. But yeah,
so he didn't want to put Dwayne over, so he just gave him the belt.
Right.
Dwayne had it for a long time, bro. Dwayne had it through the Shamrock feud,
the Owen Hart feud,
and then he finally dropped it to Hunter Homo Levesque.
That's right.
SummerSlam '98.
You just watched that show, didn't you?
Yeah, it's kind of boring. Now, you know what? One thing I'm noticing, bro, a pattern here. Like, I feel like the title changes hands in every SummerSlam, bro.
It is common. It is common.
88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93. No, 93 didn't change hands. Perfect didn't win. 94 it changed hands. 95 it didn't change hands. That was the ladder match with Razor Mahoney.
Right.
96 it didn't change hands. 97. Okay. So then we have Hunter Homo Levesque is the Intercontinental Champion.
Correct.
And then he takes a page out of Shawn Michael Hickenbottom, his boy, and he doesn't do jobs either to drop it. So he has a phantom knee injury. They have a tournament. Fuck, bro. Hold on. Who wins it? God damn it. If I can't get this one will stop the game because you keep on giving me chances. Hold on. Give me a second here.
I mean, you already lost after the first fuck up, but that's okay.
Hold on. Give me a second here. Okay, so he dropped. He doesn't. Oh, Ken Wayne. No, fuck.
You're
Wayne...
right.
Okay,
you're right.
Yeah.
On Raw at the Nassau Coliseum.
Okay, so Ken Wayne wins the belt because of the tournament because Hunter Levesque is a pussy. And that's kind of where I am, bro, because then it gets weird from there.
Val Venus takes it from Ken Wayne during
the
Saving Ryan's Private.
Yes, and then the Road Dogg takes it, and then
on a random Raw, bro.
Billy Gunn gets it for a little bit.
Yeah, Goldust got it back, and then the Godfather, and that's where
that is my official death of the Intercontinental title when the Godfather gets
it. That was when it becomes difficult to track. Because remember, Jeff Jarrett got it, and then Edge beat him at the Sky Dome, but it wasn't televised. It was the night before, Fully Loaded. Yeah, and then Double J got it back. Right, and D-Lo got it. They did the Euro Continental thing,
I couldn't even tell who's the Intercontinental champion right now, bro. Oh, it's
Penta. Isn't it Pentagon? Yeah.
It's Penta, okay.
All right, so aside from Hideaki Anno, Shin Godzilla, or his master Yoshiyuki Tomino Gundam franchise, who would you have direct episodes 10, 11, and 12? Takashi Yamazaki.
Is he talking about Star Wars?
I mean, what else would be episodes
I
10,
don't know.
11, and 12?
This is like anime talk.
And
bro. I don't-
anybody but Ryan Johnson, bro.
You didn't go see a Godzilla -1, huh? It's in the theaters again.
I tried. I was in Houston when it came out. I actually tried, but no theater there was showing it. So fuck Houston for that.
I'm sure they'll release it again when it's close to the next one.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah, the next coming out late in the year, right?
November.
Okay.
So are you gonna answer this? Like, do you have a director?
10, 11, and 12. Yes, Ryan Johnson. No, I'm a dick. Let me see.
Yeah, you are.
No, I mean, who gives a shit about this franchise? It's a dead franchise.
It is
That's
dead.
good.
But if you could have anybody direct it, who would it be? That would do it right.
James Styler has some good. Not Simon. I don't like Simon Kingbird either. He did all the bad X-Men movies.
Well, he's writing, but who's directing? You know.
Well, I think this is his baby. Like, he's producing and writing. But yeah, you're right. I don't know if he's directing any of them. I would say Matt Reeves if I had a choice. I think Matt Reeves is really good at this stuff to really ground the characters.
Yeah.
I really like his style when it comes to dealing with these kind of IPs. So that's what I would go with. 10, 11, and 12. But he ain't going to do this shit, bro.
Not even for a payday?
Well, I mean, if they wait for him. Oh, somebody asked earlier who the heel is in the Batman 2, and that would be...
There's like 3, aren't there? 3 or 4?
Yeah, but Sebastian Stan is the new fucking Harvey Dent.
Harvey Dent, yeah.
And then Scarlett Johansson got hired to be Harvey Dent's wife. So it's going to be a whole story around Harvey Dent.
Right.
Because they also booked his dad. An older actor's playing his dad, too. So it is going to be very Harvey Dent-centric.
Ela Vinal just got signed by AEW. Why'd they announce today?
And who's that?
I don't know, bro.
Are we supposed to know who that is? This guy
I was hoping that you would tell me, bro. I thought it was somebody from AAA or some shit.
No, or from New Japan. Nobody.
Damn, bro. You didn't even get to the China IC title reign, bro.
I couldn't, bro. That's just weird. Well,
That's
I know Bob Howard and Jericho in China traded it during that time.
Right. I was gonna say if we're having a woman win the title would be a disgrace, but then I remembered it was China, bro. So never mind. Okay, you ready to do this tier list?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go ahead and.
So what you're saying is that you don't want me to treat you like a man or treat you like a woman? Just treat you for who the hell you are?
For who the hell I am, yeah, exactly. All right, so.
I hope it has dumb pictures of these guys.
It does. Can you see the screen?
A little bit, but I'll figure it out as you go along.
All right, let's start with the very first AEW champion, Chris Jericho. So we have S tier, which is the highest one. Remember, we have to be fair about this. Hold on.
But if we had more time, we should have created our own names for the tiers, bro. That would be
we could do that. We can still do that.
That's too late.
No, we can still do it. What do you want to call them?
Money Mark Heaven should be the first one.
Money Mark. Oh shit! Hold on. Money Mark Heaven, like that.
Yeah, and then the last one should be going back to Vinny.
Oh, good, because I've got a recommendation. All right, and then this one's gonna be I got it. TK's Coffee Gopher.
Which is that one? Okay.
That's the second highest, and then C is gonna be ROH Legend. Okay. No.
Just don't put what's his name?
Jay Briscoe Ashes Holder. And then C is
that's fucked up, bro.
And then C is
damn. You know what? He deserves it though, because he was very racist on Twitter.
Cluster B fucker is gonna be
the first one, because I think they've all got a little piece of everybody.
That's true. All right, so where do you want to start with?
Mellow, bro.
Yeah, that's the big one. Where do you want to start with Chris Jericho, bro?
It's funny because he was very important to the history of the start of the company, but
his title reign was fun too. I had a lot of fun with him as champion.
And remember, bro, he's
bubbly.
I would put him in Money Mark Heaven, bro, because he's literally the definition. Remember that TK paid him a $3.5 million for 3 years.
He's still getting that probably.
But this is a conversation, bro. What about you? Do you agree with that?
No, of course I agree with that. I love Chris Jericho, bro.
But also, was he good for the business at that time? That's all.
Yes. And nobody else could have been the most marquee guy in the company was him, bro. Of course. He's the guy from the Monday Night War and from multiple eras. That's the perfect guy to be the first champion.
Okay, who's next?
He's not he's not, remember, we can move them. Remember, bro, we can move. There's going to be different orders up here too. But he's not the tippy top. Okay, next is Jon Moxley, the only 5-time AEW champion.
Now, you don't like this guy. I do like him now.
I like him now. But were his title reigns good? The first one was good.
So the last one I know you really hated. Even though
well, the first half of the last one was bad, but then it got better near the end. But yeah, I didn't like it.
I would go with him.
I'd probably put him a tier below Jericho.
Yes. What was that tier called?
The TK's Coffee Gopher. See, here's the thing. Mox, I don't think is S tier because did he even draw as champion? I don't think he actually moved the needle.
Well,
but he did carry them during the pandemic.
Yeah, a lot of his reign was during the pandemic. The first one was during the pandemic.
Right. Now, speaking of pandemic.
The last one did drop because he had that big stadium show last year that I was at. He headlined it.
Right, right.
But then again, you could say maybe that was Adam Page as well. You don't know.
It was also a new market too, like not a new market, but it was for All In. Kenny Omega's next, bro. Now this is a tricky one because while I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I love Kenny Omega as a worker. I don't think his AEW title run was a great representation of him being a worker, bro. But
I don't think he's a good worker anymore. Like a great worker. He's a good worker, not a great worker.
Well, but was he great when he was the AEW champion? No. Because here's the thing. When we look back at his run as AEW champion, he had that match with Jon Moxley that had the botch finish, the fucking exploding ring. Yeah. Right, that sucked. And then he had that random three-way with
the one with Fat Eddie Kingston had to play dead, bro.
Yeah, he covered him, bro, like what Terry Funk did to Onita in Japan. So then you had him against Pac and Orange Cassidy, I think it was, in that random three-way that was pointless. Then you had him and Christian, which was a good feud, but it was also Christian. Then you had him dropping it to Hangman, which was good, but not great like I wanted it to be. So I think he's going to be somewhere in the middle, bro. And I know this is sacrilege to a lot of AEW fans, but I do not think his title reign was that good. Remember, he was supposed to beat Jericho and have a babyface title reign originally before the plans changed. But what we actually got from him, I don't know, man. I think he's around C. Either C or B behind Mox. What do you think?
I got to go with Jay Briscoe's Ashes.
Holder. Okay. So you agree then?
Yeah. No, you're right. That's.
All right.
I just feel that unfortunately we've been waiting for the New Japan Kenny to show up and he just never did.
He's gone, bro.
A couple matches he has, but that's about it.
Yeah. Then we have Hangman Page. Now, here's the thing about Hangman Page.
The very definition of post-87 title run.
Well, I want to ask you about that, but what I want to say about him is this. The build-up to Kenny and him was very well done. However, I think it was botched ultimately. I think both of his title reigns were way too short and not that memorable. I liked his series with Bryan Danielson. I liked his matches with Adam Cole. He's a great worker. He's an underrated worker. His second run, he got it from Mox.
And he dropped
it right away. I just don't think he's that important of a champion, bro. So I'd put him either behind Kenny and Jay Briscoe's Ashes or in Cluster B Fucker.
I want to put him in Cluster B Fucker because he also has a reputation of being kind of lazy. Not in his work, but just in being that head of the company, that face of the company, doing the media, doing all that bullshit that you got to do when you're the champion, kissing babies, hugging grandmas.
What about the fact that he doesn't need advice?
Yes.
Remember that?
From Cookie Monster Punk.
Yeah, about Terry Funk. So, yeah, his title ranges weren't that good, bro. They just weren't.
And then he's never going to get another one ever again.
Well, they'll figure out a way around that. So then we have CM Punk.
That was weird, bro. Weird.
All right, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm putting him in back to Vinny. I think I'll tell you why. His first title run, he got it from Hangman, and then he got hurt the very next TV because he's brittle. Like fucking
Is that when
Roman.
he jumped on the marks?
I don't think he jumped on the. Wait a minute. No, wasn't that
his foot?
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. That was when he did that. He's very brittle, bro. And then so he gets the belt back from Mox, and then Brawl Out happens, and he's gone. Then he comes.
How long was he champion between beating Mox and Brawl Out? Like a month?
That was the same night, remember? He beat Mox, and then MJF comes out, and then that was Brawl Out that night. He wants you to work with assholes. We're all learning here, Tony. It was the same night, bro. He had the belt for a couple hours, bro, and then TK.
I heard that you send him the panecitos, and that's what he was eating when he was cutting that promo.
Yeah, finally. He got Conan's shipment. I hope he keeps his fucking legs. So his second run, he beats MJF, but then immediately is gone, but he never loses the title. Comes back in the summer on Collision, and the only feud he had for the title was one against Ricky Starks, which was actually pretty decent when they had it, and two was the Samoa Joe feud.
Whatever happened to that guy, Ricky Starks, bro?
I don't know, bro. He's doing something gay probably. So, okay, I'm going to put him under back to Vinny, bro. That's where I'm going to put him because I don't think he was that good of a champion. Do you have an objection? I know. Do you have an objection or do you think that's where he belongs?
I agree with you. Now that you've explained it, I definitely agree with you.
Yeah, he's the, I'm sorry, but he's the worst AEW champion we've ever had. Just keeping it real. Now we have MJF. So MJF is a 3-time champ before 30. His first run, I liked it.
Now, your dream scenario would be Gunther versus MJF because you'll get both songs that you like, bro.
That'd be awesome, bro. That'd be awesome, bro.
You didn't like the one he had before, huh?
No, but what would pop me?
No,
I don't like that one. What would pop me is that they came out to dun 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 dun.
Bro, that's asking too much right there.
That's too alpha for either of them. So his first run, I thought was reign was good until the last couple of months with Adam Cole.
Is this the one where he had the Iron Man match with Daniel Bryan?
Yes, that was his first reign. He had great matches all throughout that.
That's my favorite match. That's my favorite Iron Man match ever.
Remember what he said? He goes, "Hey Dave, how many stars was that? Fuck you." In the post fucking the scrum or whatever. I'm the fucking best. That was great. And then his second reign, he just had it by beating Hangman? He beat Hangman, right?
Yes. And then he lost it again. He started his third one.
Yeah, now he's on his third one. So I feel like he's probably.
I'm gonna put him in Money Mark Heaven.
Oh, you think he should be at the top?
Yeah, because we also haven't talked the effect he's had in the box office while he's been champ. Like all his shows always draw money. Every single one of them. Like he's over. This guy's over. So
even his first run too. Well,
yes.
he did main event All In Wembley, the first one, or the first, not the first one, but the first one under AEW. Yeah, okay. But is he ahead of Jericho or behind him?
I mean, I don't think it matters, but I'll put him behind him.
Behind Jericho.
Yeah.
So Jericho's still more important. Okay.
Somewhat.
This is tough for me, bro.
Well, you could put. Where do you want to put him?
No, it's tough. Okay. Right now, I'm okay with him being here, but I feel like by the time everything is said and done, he's going to end up being probably at the tippy top. That's my guess.
Well, yeah, he's young, and he's got a lot more title reigns to come. He's got more feuds to go.
We'll revisit this tier list in a couple of years, bro, and see where we're at.
Unless he does something stupid, like, who's the young guy that completely, like Kerry Von Erich or something?
Wait, what about Kerry Von Erich? He's dead, bro. What do you...
No, like when you're young and you're at the top of the mountain, but then you do something stupid, like really fuck it up.
Oh, you mean like something like IRL stupid?
I don't know what the fuck that means.
Like something not in the ring, something outside of wrestling.
I'm assuming you're saying.
Yeah, like you're saying like a DUI, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, or like Ludwig Kaiser did, bro, beating up a woman
I
or
feel
whatever.
like I'm in the back rooms right now, brother. It's just making sense to me. IRL. Are you talking about Mike Rotunda, bro? Like, what the fuck was that?
Just don't get beat. Just don't get eaten, bro.
No, bro, he's from Syracuse, bro.
That's right, he's from Syracuse. Syracuse. All right, next we got Samoleon Jones. Now, with Samoleon Joe, right? He only had the belt for 4 months.
Very definition of transitional, bro.
He had the belt for 4 months. He had a good match with Hook. Remember the Hook match was good.
Out of all matches, you're gonna bring that one up, bro.
Well, what other match did he have when he was champion? Do you remember besides Hook and Swerve?
The Swerve one was good. Yeah, I don't remember any.
Swerve one was great.
I would say I would put him in Jay Briscoe's Ashes holder.
Behind Kenny or ahead of him?
I'd
put him behind. Yeah, I put him behind also. I agree.
You like Haas's, bro, so that would probably hurt a little bit.
Nah, I'm fine. He's fat. So then we have Swerve Strickland. Now I love this fucking guy, and I loved his title reign, and I've wanted him to get another one for a while. Every match he did in his title reign delivered. When he won it from Joe, when he wrestled Will Ospreay at Forbidden Door was tremendous. The match with Bryan Danielson at All In. I'm missing one, I know I am, but I feel like he belongs, I think, probably in... See, I want to put him in Money Mark Heaven, bro, but he's probably just right ahead of Moxley and TK.
Yeah, I would say TK's coffee cold.
But he's ahead of Moxley. He's ahead of Moxley.
I'll tell you what I liked about Swerve's title run. He had and I think he brought it up on a promo. Like, we all thought he was going to be a transitional champion, but every single time, every pay-per-view, like you said, there was 4 title defenses. Every single one of them you thought was going to be it, because the contender always seemed like you could build around that person, but he always seemed to beat every single, up until the last one, he beat every single one of them. I remember that about his run. Like, goddamn, like he just keeps on winning. Like,
and he's tremendous. His work rate got
wasn't
better
it Will
and better.
Ospreay? Will Ospreay's the one that we were missing.
Well, he hasn't won the title yet.
No.
I mentioned that already. I mentioned Will Ospreay
because that was the big one, bro. That was because remember we thought Will Ospreay was going to get coronated to go into England and defend the title in that smaller arena.
Yeah,
but
right.
He lost.
It didn't happen. Right. All right. Then we've got Bryan Danielson. Now, okay, let me just say this. I love Bryan Danielson. No one's going to deny how important he was to the history of the business. This title reign, though, it felt like a charity. Like, okay, you're about to retire, so you can have the belt. It wasn't like he was drawing money or like somebody who was necessarily needed to get the belt. It was just TK wanted to give him like a thanks for all the stuff he did.
He's the one that they thrown Swerve, right?
Yeah, and he only had it for what, 2 weeks?
No, bro.
No, it was like a month. It was like a month and a half, right? It was like a month and a half. I would put him under Cluster B fucker, bro. Probably under Hangman.
Because he's the one that he dropped it to John Moxley.
Right. After Darby gave up his shot.
Yeah, when they tried to kill him with the bag.
Yeah, right. So I would put him under...
bro, one of your favorites turned on him and he even got payback for that.
No, he didn't, bro. I would put him under Cluster B fucker behind Hangman.
And he is fucking one of the Bellas, so you might be right on that.
Well, I think he's fucking the normal one, but the problem is she's not as hot as her sister with the big ass. So, but he's probably happier than whoever ended up with this.
You said about so many things wrong in that statement. That was fucked up. There was about 3 or 4 things that you said that were
one after another, bro. It was like a Dr. D promo. Let me tell you what we do with you, boy. We put you in the back, boy, and we tie you up and feed you out of a pail, boy. That's what we do to people like you. So, do you agree that he should be there, or would you put him higher or lower?
No, that's fine. He's fine. He had, like you said, it was a charity run.
Right here. It was a great moment, but I mean...
They killed him with the bag, and that was the end of that.
And then we have Darby Allin. Now, this is a tricky one.
I think higher than you are.
Okay, maybe. He had some good matches. I like the match he had with Ciampa. I like the match he had with Brody King. I like the match he had with
What about Kevin Knight, bro?
Beta. Oh, I'm playing that game.
No. Yeah. I was gonna say like but he's a heel now, so maybe he'll get over.
Yeah, but he's still Beta. Just look at him, bro. Just look at him is enough to he's got Ricky Stark's energy, bro, if you know what I mean.
What about Speedball Mike Bailey? He also wrestled him for the title.
He's really got fucking Ricky Stark's energy, bro, if you know what I'm saying. Let's just say there's a city he would belong in, bro, in California, but we're not gonna say the name, bro. So
what's the name of that one big Brody King, bro? What about Brody King?
I said that. I said
you like Brody King, right? He's a hoss, so I know you like him.
Sure. I don't like him that much.
He's a progressive hoss, so that might be an issue. Not with you.
No, not with me.
Yes.
No, he got fuck ice to be chanted in multiple arenas, bro. So that's got to call for something. Look, Darby.
I don't know if Shad Khan agrees with that, but we'll just leave it at that.
No, but Tony Khan does. If you ask Jake Hager.
I like how just that name popped us, bro. Why did that I have so many questions right now. Why did that name pop to us? That name there was no reason for this to happen right now, but it did.
I don't know.
Remember, bro.
Everything about him is funny.
Remember, Jake Hager, he's in that slap fest with that Dana White slap fest right now, bro.
He said that TK was a communist.
With a lisp. Remember, he has a lisp.
Hey, don't fuck with him though. He's an MMA fighter.
Now remember, you promoted him to alpha, bro, because he turned the hoe into a housewife.
Did he? Who's the hoe?
Well, his wife was a porn star, and then he gave her such good dick that she became a housewife.
Yeah, something Chico Ortiz couldn't do, bro. He should be on this list, even though he never won the title. Junior Dos Santos should be on the list, bro, for having the most enjoyable AEW match ever, especially if you ask him.
Especially if you saw him. Not just ask him if you saw him.
No, let me ask you a question. Are you sad? Are you sad? Go ahead.
Dos Santos took the table spot, right?
Yes.
With the biggest smile you've ever seen in your life while he was taking the table spot.
Now let me ask you this, because you saw this live. Were you sad at the fact that after that fight he had a couple weeks ago, he might not remember his AEW run anymore?
I was very sad, but I think that was happening before the fight.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe he'll finally tell us his real name, bro.
I think it's Junior, bro. Remember, there's a guy who watches us named Junior. He was the first guy to come up to me at the convention, bro, Junior. And he comes up and I go, yeah, you're Junior. He goes, how'd you know? I'm like, because I've seen your face, and B, you called in. He was on a call-in show that we did, bro, that I did. It was a Geek Them 101 call-in show.
What was that beta that would always follow you around, bro? Francisco. Was he in the
Are you talking about Frank Lopez?
Yeah, Francisco Lopez.
No, he wasn't there.
Good.
No, he wasn't there. He lives in Connecticut, bro, the overpriced hellhole.
Yeah, but he travels a lot, so I thought he would travel to Houston.
He doesn't travel anymore to see WWE because the ticket prices are too expensive, which I can't blame him. So, all right, so Darby, I liked his title reign. It was very short, but it was sort of like another thank you title reign. Oh, thank you.
It was also to me was different. That's why I like it. It was different. He was defending the title every fucking week. Like, where do you see that? You know?
Right. I would put him. My opinion. I would put him.
He defended the title against Sammy Guevara, bro. One of your guys.
That's not one of my guys anymore. But okay, I know that. But
a Cuban, a Dragon Ball Cuban.
He's not a Cuban, bro.
If there was ever a match made in heaven, it would be you and Sammy Guevara, bro.
Yeah, but he fucked Ty Mello and not me. So too bad for him.
I would as well, bro. It was too good.
Well, would you keep her? Remember, he went to deeper hell with her.
He fucked up, bro.
And he has a kid with her. That's deep as hell. Not deeper, deepest.
But he had a kid about a year, less than a year after he done the computer school break.
I was gonna bring that up, but you
So
beat
that's
me
a big
to
red
it, bro.
flag, bro.
I know. Okay, so I would put Darby in the middle, right? But I'd put him in between Kenny Omega and Joe. I don't think his reign was he had more defenses than Joe, but he didn't have it. It wasn't as long as Kenny, and Kenny carried them through the second half of the pandemic. So I think Darby should be right here. Do you object? Do you think he should be higher or lower? Like, this is where I put him, right here.
No, well, he should be higher because he also fucked Gigi Dolan for a long time.
Who?
Gigi Dolan, bro, with the big ass.
Let me look that up.
Oh,
GG.
God, you're lost in Cleveland, bro. All these fucking, all these.
Wait a minute. Who the fuck is this? Who is this? GG Dolan.
Oh my God, bro. Chad Gil, go. Oh my, this mother.
Wait a minute. You're right. He did fuck her.
No, that's not concerning. We have a new story developing right here. The fact that you completely forgot who she was.
I did. Wait, I swear I don't remember. Have we talked about her before?
Bro, she was a big star in NXT.
Yeah, but I don't watch that developmental
she was
shit,
with
bro.
Toxic Attraction.
Amateur punk stuff. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, yeah, I remember her now. Now I remember her.
That's concerning.
So are they still together?
It's turning into something else, bro. It's morphing into something else.
Mad cow disease. So are they still together?
No, they're not married anymore, bro. He fucked her and he left her.
Oh, they were married.
Yes.
Wait, he fucked her and he left her?
Yes.
Which means he went to deeper hell with her. So okay.
No, but then he found his way out back to heaven.
where Randy Poffo is right now, bro?
No, are you kidding me? He's not in heaven.
Of course he is. Why would he be there?
He's
a
one
good
of those
man.
guys that probably did stuff with minors back in the day. But I guess they all did.
Well, just one minor.
Bro, does Jesus punish you if you're just doing what the culture tells you to do? Is that still?
Well, here's the thing. But there's a bigger issue here. Randy Poffo was a Jew, bro. That might be the real problem here. He was fucked.
That's a whole deeper conversation that goes beyond wrestling, bro.
With or without Steph, bro. He's out of there, bro. Okay, so are you happy with this? The KLB tier list of AEW champions. I can't believe Chris Jericho is still #1, bro. I mean, look, he was my favorite champion in company history just because of how much fun. Like, all his segments were fun and awesome, bro.
Bro, you know, the one thing he cannot do is get all people over. Just look at all the stables he's had, bro, and where all these other people are at. He had the inner
Sammy
circle.
Guevara.
Sammy Guevara is wrestling in Ring of Honor, bro. But he is
where he belongs. Where he
which
belongs.
I do give a bit.
I don't.
Well, Forever the Revival. Okay, they were with MJF's group, not with Jericho.
Right.
Jake
feuded
Hager,
with Jericho.
Jake Hager, literally, bro, literally. Who else was in the group?
Jake Hager, bro. That TK was a communist.
Big Bill's about to go back to World Wrestling Entertainment.
Is he really?
With Enzo Amore. Yes.
No, I don't want that. Fuck, I don't want that. I'm tired of Enzo. Wait a minute, you're forgetting about Ortiz and Santana. They were with Jericho.
Or Santana's in TNA headlining bingo halls.
And where's Ortiz at, bro? Nobody knows.
Just came out, bro. Because you're a poser. You didn't even see the pre-show for Double or Nothing where Mick Foley had the angle with MJF.
No, I did not see that. I was in the air, bro. It
reminded me to bring that up because Ortiz came out in a run-in with Kofi Kingston's brother Eddie.
So he's still in the company with Eddie Kingston. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Who else was in the inner circle? LAX, Jake Hager, Sammy Guevara.
You named them all, and Jericho. Yeah, that's it.
And then he had the other stable right after the inner circle.
Yeah, that was not the learning tree. That was
before the learning
the
tree.
sports entertainer gimmick, bro.
Yeah, and who was in that group?
Hager was in that group again, right? Well, no,
So-
Sammy was in that group again. And
So-
Daniel Garcia. Hold on. What was the name of that group again? I don't even remember the name of the group.
No, we never remembered.
Yeah, that's bad though. That's actually a bad sign that we didn't remember.
Chris Jericho wrestling stables. I'm gonna.
Well,
Yeah.
he didn't get that one black cowboy over, bro. Brian Kelly or whatever his name is, bro. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I'm worried about your brain right now, bro.
No, bro, my brain's done, bro.
Because you didn't even remember Gigi Dolan, and she was kind of a big. Oh, the Jericho Appreciation Society.
That's right. Entertainers. That's another one. He had 2.0 or whatever, bro. Remember the guy who fucked Ruby
Yeah,
Soho?
he really went into deeper hell, bro.
No,
Deeper.
bro. He went to the deepest possible hell, bro.
Is it deeper than Naples and Napalm, bro?
Nuptials turned to napalm,
Bro,
bro.
SummerSlam 91.
Nuptials turned to napalm.
All right, so let me tell you. Okay, so the Jericho Appreciation Society was Tay Mello, which I'll fuck any day of the week. Anna Jay, which I will also fuck any day of the week. Sammy Guevara, which you'll fuck any day of the week because he's a Cuban and he likes Dragon Ball.
He's not a hoss though.
Matt Menard, which I love, the guy with the wacky head.
That's the guy with the goofy voice. Yeah, and then his partner's the one that knocked up Ruby
Matt
Soho.
Menard used to be they let him be a commentator for Collision, but he's not even
Right.
doing that anymore.
I remember that.
And
Yeah.
then the biggest beta of them all, the most generic. This is remember how I used to hate Bobby Fish back in the day, bro? Because he was like the most generic. Daniel Garcia's the same way, bro. Like it's just
I've been saying that for years, bro.
Literally, this guy brings nothing to the table.
There is nothing special about that guy, and yet TK continued to push him.
At least Bobby Fish ended up being a conspiracy theorist, bro, which made him wacky, which canceled him. But fuck it, that's life.
But also, he was fine with Red Dragon. It's just Daniel Garcia's been put in every possible role, and now he's back to being a subordinate for a former WWE guy again, bro. That's all he fucking is, bro. He's a henchman for a former WWE guy.
Like, look,
He's
Rough
very
Riders,
generic.
whatever the fuck you call them to make fun of them.
Who?
The Rough Riders.
Oh no, like the Dick Riders is what I call them, bro.
They're all wacky, bro.
What was Corny's nickname, bro, for the Dick the Boozer? That's right, Dick the Boozer.
But they're all wacky. Like Pac, he's
plumber, bro.
Bro, Pac thinks he's 6'7" and 350 pounds all of a sudden, bro. With the body
Well,
he's carrying.
he might be 350 pounds if you look at him, bro.
Brother, I think he's
be.
sharing needles with Ivan Drago from Rocky IV, bro, with the way he looks.
With Dolph.
And then you have Claudio Castagnoli, who for some reason wears a mask now because he's been going to CMLL.
And he's also doing nothing, bro.
But he's wacky though. And then you have Wheeler Yuta, who you don't like, but I like because he's kind of comic relief. So I don't mind
He's
him.
funnier, but I still don't like him. Check out this promo with Bruce Hart, bro.
I've seen it 1,000 times, bro.
Oh, you've seen this already?
Yes, this is the one where Lawler, you started, we're gonna end it.
Okay, because I wanted to find more of these because these clips are great, bro.
If you could find Percy in the mortuary wearing the Gunnar Hansen gimmick, bro.
Oh, that's late '98. Let me ask you about this because I've never
This
seen
is
this.
AI, bro. It's like, hey, go play it. Let's
Look,
see.
I've never seen this before, and maybe you can help me with this.
Yokozuna liked it.
He liked it
Very much.
Now,
He picked up the other one and began to eat that, putting down his cards.
Top pedophiles there, bro.
Samoan.
Very quickly.
Why is he wearing the Chewbacca fucking bullet gimmick?
That trouble arrived.
Commando, bro.
I said trouble. Here comes trouble.
Look, bro, because this is the Huckster, bro. I never saw this.
But it's around 96 then.
Well, look at the WWF logo. He was already gone by then.
Well,
That's
yeah,
that logo lasted till '97. That's the New Generation logo.
The yellow-shirted stranger sauntered over to Yokozuna and Mr. Fuji's table and brazenly sat down to join the card game. He sat down to join the card game.
You know what? Yeah, this has to be. This is 96.
But when did this happen? It's even got the two fat ladies from that one Bobby Heenan show episode. What? I don't remember this at all, but it happened.
It's probably like a Coliseum video exclusive, maybe.
Well, it says WWE Clash on demand. So look, he asked him about taking his vitamins, bro, aka roids.
Have you been taking your vitamins lately, boy, son?
Vitamins and saying prayers. Would they be enough for Hulk Hogan, the yellow-shirted stranger who had run squarely into Yokozuna, who sprang to action?
Yeah, Yoko's already big there. But then, this is getting more weird, bro.
So Hulk Hogan will find out when Donnybrook Theater returns.
What? I have no memory of that.
Okay, so this has to be 95. I'm going to tell you why, because Lord Alfred is still there. He got fired in 95.
Was it 95 or 96 he got fired?
No, he got fired in late 95, and he's there already. Unless they brought him back for the skit.
There he is right there, yeah.
And he looks really old, so this is, yeah.
But I do not remember that. I swear to you.
Was Prime Time's already canceled at this point?
This is during the Raw era, but I'm saying maybe this is like one of those things that only happen in the UK. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know, man. That always, yeah, I don't know. That I wish I knew the origin of that clip, bro.
Let me go ahead and look at my talking points to see if.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here in a minute.
We're gonna make mincemeat out of you, boy. We're gonna make dog meat out of you. We're gonna beat you up so bad, and you're talking about combat boots in Vietnam. I never seen a soldier in my life while I was in Vietnam wear steel-toed combat boots, you idiot. It rains a lot there. You're a goof. You ain't got everything upstairs. But Cape Cod, wherever that is, I'll get there.
You know, I've got a good friend of mine who lives out there.
I don't care if your whole family lives there. I don't care if your mama lives there. I don't care if your daddy and your mama lives there together. I don't care if your mama lives with another man there. I want Sergeant Slaughter there. And I don't care if you bring your mama with you, Sergeant Slaughter. I'll slap her like a dog. And I don't care if you bring your daddy. I'll beat him like a dog. Now, see, I just don't care. You know what I mean?
I believe there's an
attitude bring your
problem
family
there,
with you.
yes.
I believe you got the problem.
I don't have
You look like you got a problem. You're getting thin on the head. You're ugly. I don't like you. You got a bad, what you call it, manners. You and Sarge might be kin. You both might be from Cape Cod. So just bring the whole family and line them up, because I'd like to slap about 15 or 20 of them plumb silly after I get through with you,
Plum
Sergeant
silly. He uses that plum adjective a lot, bro.
Damn it! What are you nuts?
I don't know why the audio's off on that.
What is Gino
The
talking
Rocket
about?
King, Owen Hart.
There it is, the Rocket King, bro. What'd you say?
I was saying what he was talking about, Gino.
Jesse caught it with a fast count. Bruno, he said as usual. You know.
You called Gino again, bro.
Yeah, bro. Look at Gino.
Funny.
I like when he popped Gino, bro. Those were good times.
What is that Power and Glory one? Is that where they're in the gym?
Well, no, but that's just a picture. It's not a video. You can tell it's a video if it has like a little clock there. That's how you can tell. Oh, have you seen this, bro?
Hey,
this popped me, bro. This is AI, but this is so close to how real it would be.
Hey, Hank, it's Conrad Thompson, and you're listening to Bromance with Vince Russo. Vince, what the hell, man? We're finally doing this. How are ya?
Conrad, let me just say, bro, that first of all, I'm great, bro. But let me just say, I applaud you for having the Spaldings, bro, when all of the others, the Kellers, the Meltzers.
Bro, this is so on point with Vince Russo. It's scary.
The
Does he actually wear that
freaking
shirt on the air?
Yeah! Yes!
Mitchells, the Ryan Sappin and Sean Ross and all them, no one would just have me on a show, bro. So hats off to you. I don't wear a hat, but if I did, it'd be freaking off my head, bro. And I think this is going to be good because, bro, we are going to talk about wrestling from the perspective of somebody who was actually there, bro.
No doubt. Never done that before.
Never, bro. You're like a pioneer or whatever, bro.
Well, while I was over here on the frontier reading my observers and shit, Vince, you were there actually writing for the WWF during arguably its hottest period. You're controversial, you're polarizing, but man, it's hard to argue with success.
It's scary as to how close it is, bro. It's scary,
bro. And
not so much because they say that so many times. And it's kind of like a copy and paste of every intro. Like they both say that so many times.
I know. No argument there, bro. I know.
The Rebel.
Yeah, these clips are great, bro.
You should buy that. You should buy that Razor Ramon shirt, bro. That's a classic.
This one?
Yeah.
Nah, only the hard. I'll buy the hard game one. Oh, there's computer school, bro. Look, she passed her degree because of Bret Hart.
Computer school grad.
I want everybody to know I'm not going to be a token commissioner.
This is when he was in Australia, bro.
Yes.
I'm going to have a lot to do with the matches and how they come out.
I have this on DVD.
Back there in the dress room, I know they got a lot of heart. But whoever wins this championship,
Ugly ass belt. That belt's ugly, bro.
He's gonna have to work damn hard for it.
Oh yeah.
Now the way I recall things,
and this is Lawler because he
when
had
I
got
was
him
in the
fired.
WWF.
Right, Lawler and Tony Schiavone, bro. Like the only time they ever worked together.
Oh, hang on a minute. I recall that too.
I was the world champion there.
That he was.
And there's not one single wrestler in that damn company that ever beat me either.
Take note, Hollywood.
That's real Bret Hart talking, not just the character.
The WCW.
Look,
I
WCW.
remember, literally.
He fucking said literally, bro. He's talking about his own concussion.
Nobody ever beat me for that title either.
Got a point.
So I look at myself, I look at Goldberg, I look at The Rock, I look at Stone Cold Steve Austin, Chris Benoit, and even that piece of shit Vince McMahon.
Whoa! Hang on a minute now. Hang on.
Is that Jeremy Borash?
Yeah.
Not one of them's got anything over me.
This is like a lot of the WCW rejects came onto World Wrestling All-Stars.
Yeah, like Jeff Jarrett. Yeah, I remember.
Computer school grad, bro.
This is Lord Al Hayes, bro. That's kind of cool, bro. That's kind of cool seeing that. I remember that. Anyways, we're done, bro. We're done.
We get on 3 hours. That's good.
We've covered all topics, so I guess we'll see what happens next.
You might not
this
even
summer,
have a copyright strike this time.
unless those clips we just showed, or hopefully not, bro.
No,
Because it was very
20 seconds.
short. Yeah, it was very
Gino,
short.
who
But
wouldn't want to see Gino saying something wacky?
of course, bro. Oh, in fact, speaking of Gino, remember this?
That's right.
Get well, Gorilla, bro. He's got his hand right on his ass. I never noticed that till now.
I don't even know if that actually happened, bro. Back in that was in San Bernardino.
This is when it did happen. It was when Vader laid him out. Remember?
Yeah, but I don't think that post happened. That what we're seeing.
Oh,
I've seen this clip a bunch of times, bro. When Gino starts chopping him back.
He looks like he's straight up grabbing his ass, bro.
Yeah, this was the night after the Rumble Royale.
Right. Yeah, 96. Yeah,
Yes.
we did cover that earlier, bro. And everybody needs to go out of their way to see.
By the way, he didn't punch a woman, bro. You got your facts all wrong. Martel Barthel did not punch a woman. What happened was that he was in the elevator making out with his woman like an alpha should be, slobbering all over her. Well, what did Jerry Lawler used to say, bro? Doing the horizontal tango or whatever?
Horizontal polka, bro. Naked twister.
Anyways, he wasn't doing that. He was just slobbering all over her. And she did come out in that match, bro. If you saw her at the end, she's a looker.
That's right. That's
Mexican
right. She did.
looker, bro. So Kaiser leveled up. Let's just put it that way from Tiffany.
Yeah.
Now, so he was in the elevator macking her down, and then an old white guy stated that he was going to call ICE on his woman. So because Kaiser is very alpha, not beta, alpha, he punched them out for saying that. That's why they call the cops. That's what happened, bro. We've been talking about he punched a woman. I don't know where you got that from. Your mind is slipping, bro. I'm getting worried, bro.
Mine?
Yeah. Let's take a roll call right now. Don't remember Gigi Dolan.
No.
Don't remember. You had the story wrong about Kaiser.
You fucked up about but you fucked up the Intercontinental title history 3 times.
Twice.
3? No, it was 3 times. But I don't blame you for missing fucking Aldo Montoya or whatever the fuck. Aldo Montoya was one of them too, bro. I don't remember. It was one.
So that's
of those.
a little concerning, bro. So God bless you. I hope that life gives you the strength to get through these mental issues.
So do I, bro. Shit.
And we'll see what happens. We'll be back in 2 weeks, bro. What's gonna happen lately? Any big shows coming up? No, bro. It's just television.
Yeah, well, the end of the month, there's stuff.
So we're gonna have to come up with some new game.
Well, I want to ask you something before we go that I haven't got a chance to ask you yet. What do you think about the John Cena Classic, bro?
It's dumb. It's dumb in every conceivable way. And if you notice, they haven't really brought it up anymore because I don't think they knew what they got themselves into.
You think they're gonna cancel the whole thing?
No, I think they're gonna modify it, and it's not gonna be what was promised. They can't cancel it. They already said it, so it's probably gonna be like a regular tournament. But here's a couple mistakes that they didn't see. First of all, we already had this with that stupid shit that Bischoff did in TNA when everybody picked Desmond Wolf just to fuck with them. What's gonna happen is that you're gonna have the marks are gonna start trying to fuck with the company by voting people they don't want to be voted in. You know that's gonna happen, bro.
Right.
So already we already fucked up. Second of all, they're essentially telling us that wins don't matter. It's like, so that's another fuck up because you don't want to tell your fan base that, because what's gonna happen is that's how you get no heat for the matches. You just sit down and enjoy the entrances because wins don't matter, and you're telling them that by the way the rules are structured, which they don't even know. So I think they realized they fucked up. They took it out of the drawing board, and they're gonna go back and figure some things out, and they're gonna represent it. So they haven't even talked about it, bro, because they figure they fucked up.
I thought about doing a show where we recap like a Taboo Tuesday or something like that, since that's kind of similar to it. I don't think we've talked about Taboo Tuesday at all in the history of our show.
What was that thing that they did in TNA where they kept on picking Desmond Wolf, bro? What was it? You were dialed in. Was it like a title shot thing?
I wasn't that dialed in during this time period, but yeah, I know there was something like that. Yeah, where you vote. I remember that. I mean, I remember.
They wanted Rob Van Dam, and the marks kept on picking Desmond Wolf to fuck with the company.
Yeah, there was something like that. Yeah.
And I think what ended up happening was that they ended up just giving it to Rob Van Dam anyways, and then they just canceled the whole thing.
Remember when WCW did that thing where you could vote for, like, this is in Nitro that did it. You can vote for what match you want to see, and Sting and Flair won because everybody wanted Sting and Flair. They did that. They did that too. We had to call in and shit.
Oh yeah, we could review a Taboo Tuesday.
Yeah, or something like that.
Where's the one where Vader falls on his ass, bro? Let's review that.
That was the Raw before a Taboo Tuesday. Remember, it was supposed to be Austin against the Coach, and it wound up being, what, Dave Bautista, I think? He replaced him last minute. Because Austin didn't want to do a job to Coach, which I don't blame him for.
Austin didn't want to do jobs to anybody, bro.
Yeah, I know. But remember, this is after he was already retired which puts a smile on my face.
I'll never
He
forget
still
him for
didn't
not-
want to do jobs.
I'll never forget him for not wanting to work with Jeff Jarrett, bro, our boy. They
Wow.
could have had a great feud. Imagine Memphis booking with Steve Austin. That would have been wacky.
Yeah, but maybe Cowabunga could have been his partner.
But because Jeff Jarrett said one line on one promo back in '97, Steve Austin got hurt and he didn't want to work.
But that line could have been turned to an angle too.
And he didn't want to work with Bill Lee Gunn either.
Well,
I don't blame him for that one.
Dwayne put the kibosh on that one after their program. He didn't like it, bro. Bruce Pritchard talked about it. He didn't like it.
Yeah, was that what he had to work? No. What was the angle at SummerSlam, bro? SummerSlam '90.
The angle at SummerSlam?
Where Billy Gunn worked with The Rock.
Yeah, with the big ass, the kiss my ass match. It was a fat woman.
That's right.
It was a Kellogg's eater. A Kellogg's killer. I'm sorry.
It was a Pam Grier type woman.
Computer school graduate, bro. Pam Grier ain't that big, bro. She's also in her 70s. Like I said, I still throw a hump in her.
Oh.
I would. Anyways, y'all, we're out of here. Take care. See you next time.